Good morning and welcome into Don Riggs Hurricane Gym here on the campus of Jonesboro High School. Andy Maness and Caden Brown here with you at Barry Pruitt Court for the first game of today's coverage of the Barry Pruitt Hurricane Classic. It's the Westside Warriors taking on the Jacksonville Lighthouse Wolves. Everybody's still trying to get woke up a little bit this morning. Hope everybody's had their coffee, their oatmeal ready to go. Both teams out on the floor, and they are ready. Your starting lineups tonight this afternoon for the Westside Warriors and Coach Mark Whitmire. Number 10, Avery Feltz. Number 11, Riley Felkins. Number 15, Dylan Schwartz. Number 25, Gage Sheffield. And number 35, Cullen Felkins. And Westside will have first possession here in the ball game. We'll give you the starting lineups for the Wolves here in just a minute. Quick bucket there by Cullen Felkins.
You know, it's not often you see a guy get out there and go for the three right off the first possession.
Got to see him quite a bit yesterday behind that three-point line. He and Riley Felkins knocking down a handful of threes in a very close loss. We've got a number 0 out on the floor for the Timberwolves, so we'll have to let you know who he is here shortly. Westside with a turnover. Cullen Felkins another three-point attempt. Rebound's going to go to the Wolves. Darian Reed bringing it up the floor. Eric Miles also out on the floor for the Wolves. Dalen Copperwood, and another turnover here for Westside, or for Lighthouse rather, in favor of Westside, and now Westside's going to turn it over. Or does that stay here with the Warriors? It does. Red and white ball. Feltz thought about the three. Felkins going to take another shot at it. Off the mark, and the Wolves will kind of slow the game down a little bit.
And it's very obvious thus far who they want to shoot the ball.
Yeah, Felkins had the hot hand yesterday, trying to keep at it today. Darian Reed with it on the baseline, out high for our unnamed player, our player to be named later. Floater in the paint, no good. Ball tipped out of bounds. It will go in favor of Westside. 6:16 left to play here in the first quarter, and Westside going to try to amp the tempo back up a little bit. Saw Jacksonville Lighthouse really wanted to slow it down on their possession, and here's Felkins with a quick attempt.
Two very different approaches from these two teams. You've got one team who's really wanting to get the ball up fast, and the other one trying to slow it down and take their time.
And we had a whistle blown away from the ball there. So Westside will bring it back up the floor with 5:50 left to play in the first. Deep three-point attempt from Feltz. Off the mark. Rebound goes to Reggie Adele. Miles will bring it up the floor now. Quick cut, quick pass, wide open three-point attempt. Good. Dalen Cooperwood gets the Wolves on the board here. Ties it up. Felkins with a nice feed out there. See if they want him to shoot it again. No, Sheffield will take the shot this time. Good. Schwartz with the rebound, the putback. Got it back a second time, and second attempt will fall for Dylan Schwartz.
Did not give up on that play.
Saw a lot of hustle out of Westside yesterday, and they're seeing them continue it here in today's round of games. Trap near the timeline. They do escape it and get it over to Darian Reed. Now Miles at the free throw line. Knocks it down, ties it back up. I don't think, other than those layup attempts by Schwartz just a minute ago, I'm not sure that Westside has taken a shot from inside the perimeter. Riley Felkins with it to the top of the key. High pass for Sheffield, out of bounds. Little miscommunication there.
All right.
In the lineup for Westside, number 23, Jordan Rockers.
Jordan Rockers checking into the game.
Let's go, Rock.
Cullen Felkins will come take a breather. Westside Warrior bench getting into it now. Their team leading by 1. Air ball attempt. Schwartz is going to come down with the rebound, and now Westside will bring it up the floor. Got to see a little bit of Jordan Rockers yesterday as well. Good bench player for Coach Whitmire. Now Westside's going to switch it up and kind of slow down the tempo, it looks like.
And clearly still looking for the three-point shot as they let one fly.
Good.
Again, I don't think they've, other than those layup attempts on the offensive rebound, they have not taken a shot inside the perimeter. They're going to get to keep it, well, actually, excuse me, out of bounds on Westside.
Felkins returns to the Westside lineup.
Felkins is back on the floor.
And of all those three-point shots they're throwing up, they've only made one.
Yeah, only dropped in one so far.
There we go.
Felkins for 3.
Got that one. So his second three-pointer here of the first quarter. You're right, I think they're content with just trying to shoot the long ball right now.
Live and die by it.
There's a shot from Reggie Adele.
for 3.
He knocks down a three-pointer and answers. Felkins on the baseline. Feltz with a wide open look. He thought about launching another one there. Look at Cullen Felkins, wide open over there on the far elbow. And he's going to get called for traveling there. Yep, just shuffled his feet. A little hesitation there.
Maybe not really confident about where he wanted to go with the ball on that one right there.
So now the Wolves will bring it across the timeline. 2:26 left to play. Pass tipped by Sheffield. Now going the other way with the Warriors. Here's Riley Felkins on the far side. Deep shot from Cullen Felkins. Off the front iron, no good. Offensive rebound goes to the Warriors. Feltz sizing up his defender. He's just going to launch a three as well. Ooh, and Cullen Felkins goes crashing over there into the far barricade.
Number 14, Trey Brumfield into the Jacksonville lineup.
And it just seems like we're seeing a lot more hustle out of Westside than we are from Lighthouse.
Lighthouse may, again, just still be trying to wake up here. Another three-point attempt. This time it's Riley Felkins getting his name in the scorebooks here in the first quarter. So 11-7, 1:45 left to play here in the first. Here's Miles on a drive, trying to go around the defender. He's got to kick it off. And stay errant pass there by Dre Brumfield. I'm not sure who he was throwing that one to. Maybe that guy over there in the blue parka in the front row.
Yeah, I think he was just throwing up a prayer.
Here's Feltz on the drive with 1:30 left to play in the first. Riley Felkins now for three, and he's feeling it. Back-to-back threes for Riley Felkins. Nice handles there by Miles, up and under. Can't finish at the rim. Cullen Felkins comes down with the rebound. Here's Schwartz bringing it up the floor. He's going to let the rest of the team catch up. Skip pass now, Riley Felkins, wide open three-point look, too strong.
Get after him.
Good rebound there from Reggie Adele. Shot from the free throw line, no good from Miles.
And we've seen him go back to that shot a few times here in this game.
Yeah, tried to hit a couple in that high post area and knocked down one. Hit a floater and a three, but scoreless here in the last couple of minutes or so. 23 seconds left for the Warriors. Three-point attempt from Sheffield. Little flat, long rebound goes to the Wolves. So our unnamed player will head to the free throw line, fouled on the shot. Gage Sheffield picking up his first foul.
Jason Bobo at the line for Lighthouse.
Jason Bobo is our unnamed player. Shout out to our PA man for helping us out with that. Take a look at the replay here. Sheffield just got it right across the arm there.
Number 23, Jordan Rockers in for Westside.
Bobo rims in and out, missed both of them. 5 seconds left for the Warriors here in the first quarter. Here's Riley Felkins on a drive, up and under, and he'll finish strong at the rim as the first quarter ends. 16-7 is your score after a barrage of three-pointers from the Westside Warriors. A hefty little lead for them over Jacksonville in the first quarter, and we're headed to the second, the first game of the day here from the Barry Pruitt Hurricane Classic. We're back with more after this on Tubetown. Andy Maness and Caden Brown back here with you at Don Riggs Hurricane Gym and Barry Pruitt Court for the Barry Pruitt Hurricane Classic. The first game of 4 this afternoon here on Tubetown, and we're in the second quarter with Westside and Jacksonville Lighthouse. The Warriors and Coach Mark Whitmire with a 16-7 lead over the Wolves. And Caden, man, they just were living behind that three-point line.
And at first it looked like maybe they were going to have to change their game plan a little bit, but as they kept on shooting, they started to fall.
So a team, a few years ago, we had the pleasure of watching them play. I believe it was Harrisburg, and much to Harrisburg's dismay, Westside, I believe, nailed somewhere in the neighborhood of 18 three-pointers in the game. Just unbelievable outpouring. And maybe on track for that again here tonight with 4 in the first quarter. Here's a shot from Jason Bobo. Off the front iron, no good, but an offensive rebound, and now a tie-up. A jump ball called. Possession arrow will give it back to the Warriors. Riley and Cullen Felkins out on the floor along with Dylan Schwartz, Gage Sheffield, and Avery Feltz, the starting 5 for Coach Whitmire.
It's going to be interesting to see if they continue to go with the game plan they had or if they try to switch it up a little bit.
And it looks like the Wolves are running a 2-3 zone here and kind of giving Westside the option of shooting that 3, which you saw there. Cullen Felkins attempting another one.
Get after him, Avery.
Eric Miles, Darian Reed, Jason Bobo, alongside Dalen Cooperwood and Dre Brumfield on the floor for the Wolves. There's a shot from the free throw line, won't fall. And again, they go back to that high post jumper. Here's Riley Felkins. They'll back out and reset. Oh, Avery Feltz wide open over there on that far right wing, and he thought about the 3, but he pulled it down. If they can get a screen set for Riley Felkins over there in the corner, they're just kind of leaving their man open out there. Baseline jumper will fall from Avery Feltz. Pure shot there from Feltz.
only the second bucket from inside the arch tonight.
Yeah, first one came from 2 feet out. It was right underneath it on a rebound. That's the first jump shot they've hit. Nice little hop step move from Jason Bobo. Hopped right around the defender who was trying to draw the charge. Deep three-point attempt from Riley Felkins. Too much air underneath it. Now 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Lighthouse just scored 2 points here in the corner, and now a turnover. Avery Feltz will take it off the left side and score maybe the easiest bucket he'll see all night. Afternoon, rather. I got to get my time of day right. Used to doing these games around 7 p.m., and you got one here at noon today. Westside's doubled up on Jacksonville Lighthouse on points. There's a drive, shot no good, offensive rebound. Put back no good. Colin Felkins comes down with it.
And this Westside defense has been insane.
Scoop shot no good from Riley Felkins. Here's a 1-on-2 opportunity. Brumsfield might have gotten away with a travel there, but he hits his scoop shot.
Showed off the Euro step a little bit.
Here's Gage Sheffield for 3. Colin Felkins on the rebound, tried to turn around and pivot, put a body in the defender. And Dylan Schwartz took a trip to the floor there near the timeline. Foul called near the ball. It's going to go on Riley Felkins. That's his first of the night. I believe that's just the second team foul. No, just the first team foul on. Oh, it is the second on the Warriors here with 4:36 left to play in the first half. They will take it out underneath their own basket.
Threw it right to the Westside defender.
Yeah, stolen away. There's Feltz, coast to coast. He's got 6 here in the quarter. In fact, all 6 of Westside's points here in the second have been from Avery Feltz. Adele over to Reed. See if Feltz can get another steal here.
Good.
Three-point attempt from 8, Reggie Adele, his second three-pointer there. Lighthouse needs a few more of those. Here's a drive from Riley Felkins. Can't get the friendly roll, but the long rebound goes to the Warriors. All the Wolves were crashing the boards. Riley Felkins for 3. Drops in another one. His third of the night, answering the one from Lighthouse moments ago. I have to switch hands here in a minute. Might have to take my shoes off to count the number of threes that Westside's hit here in the first half. There's a steal from Colin Felkins, a near steal, and it is a steal. Turnover for the Wolves.
And if you look down there at the body language on the court, it just seems like Westside has more hustle and more ambition to like get the ball back, shoot the points, and get the rebounds, everything.
Yeah, Lighthouse looking a little bit sluggish right now, trailing by 11. Three-point attempt in the corner, won't fall. Here's Feltz driving through traffic. He'll go to the free throw line as well. Feltz with a pretty finish, now with 8 points here in the quarter, all 8 of them. Well, excuse me, Felkins had a three-pointer moments ago, but Feltz now with a chance to have an old-fashioned three-point play. Dylan Schwartz checking in for Gage Sheffield. Bobo and Brumfield checking back in for Lighthouse.
Yeah, no, and I think it's pretty safe to say it's been Felt's quarter.
Yeah, without a doubt, as he hits his and one to kind of solidify that. 14-point lead now for Westside. Bobo on the handoff to Reed. Reed now picks up his dribble, in trouble, gets it to Bobo. Baseline layup, no good. Lighthouse just cannot catch a break. They can't get the lid off the bucket. taking their time on this possession, trying to get something set up. There's the deep three-point attempt. Corner pocket good for Reggie Adele, his third of the game. 6 points in the quarter for him.
Something you see from these Westside guys is they're always moving on offense.
Yeah, always setting a screen, always shuffling their feet. As you see Schwartz come to set one now for Feltz. 1:30 left to play in the first half. Luke Passmore into the game for the Westside Warriors. Here's Felkins on a drive and tripped up there by Dre Brumsfield.
Lighthouse foul number 14, Dre Brumfield, his first.
First one on Brumfield there.
Foul number 2.
Been a fairly disciplined game so far here in the first half. Only 2 team fouls for either squad. Haven't had a whole lot of trips to the free throw line. Only 1 for either side. Here's Felkins on a screen, a handoff to Rocker, and now to Feltz. And now, oh, Felkins almost got loose over there on the right wing on a screen. Under a minute now left to play here in the second quarter.
Might be the longest possession by the Westside Warriors all night.
That's right. They're continuing to move it around. I mean, Lighthouse is not really coming out to get them either. They're just kind of sitting back and not really pressing. 25 seconds left, and I think they're just going to hold for the final shot of the quarter. Riley Felkins is getting ready. You see him wipe the dust off the bottom of his shoes. 14 seconds. Now Lighthouse comes out to guard him. Felkins on the drive. Got hacked that time. Dalen Cooperwood said, no, sir. No acrobatic finish on this trip. You'll have to earn them the hard way.
Lighthouse foul number 12, Dalen Cooperwood, his first. Riley Felkins.
I think you knew that's what Felkins was going to do as soon as you saw him. See, he saw 14 seconds left on the clock. They came out to get him, and he knew what he was going to do with it the whole time. Take another look as he goes right around the defender. And then there's the hack by Cooperwood.
Not afraid to take it into the teeth of the defense.
Not at all. Fearless. They'll drop in the second free throw as well. Westside perfect in the first half from the charity stripe. 3 for 3. 2 seconds left. Euro step in the paint and a nice little layup by Eric Miles as we end the first half. 30-19 is your score. Westside absolutely living behind that three-point line. But another storyline for the first half is their defense. Caden, they've just played lights out on defense, several fast break opportunities. We're back with halftime stats right after this.
With so many great mega services available from Ritter Communications, it's hard to pick just one. Save a bundle with bundled services. Talk as much as you want, when you want, with unlimited long distance. Get the speed you need with up to 15, 30, 50, and even 100 megabits per second internet. Enjoy online bill pay and protect all your online data and devices with Tech Home and Guardware. With so many choices, options, and savings from Ritter, all you can say is, wow! Mega services, mega savings. That's Mega Ritter.
Come out and see the largest lighting display in the Mid-South at Lights of the Delta. Over 6 million lights and 48 major motion displays span a 40-acre drive-through site. Lights of the Delta is open Sunday through Thursday from 5:30 until 9 p.m. and 5:30 until 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays through December 27th. For more information, visit our website, lightsofthedelta.com. Don't miss Lights of the Delta through December 27th.
Introducing Ritter's new whole home DVR solution, the better way to watch TV. Record up to 6 of your favorite programs at the same time. And watch them in up to 5 different rooms throughout your home. Manage your recordings, set parental controls, and more from your smartphone or tablet from the free Follow Me TV app. The best part, equipment starts at only $25 per month when added to an existing TV package. We just revolutionized the way you watch TV. Ritter Communications, right by you.
The holidays are about staying in touch with family, friends, the holiday spirit. Ritter Communications keeps you in touch with fast, reliable internet to power holiday fun on all your family's devices. Connect with newly launched speeds up to 100 meg, backed by friendly local service. This holiday season, stay in touch with a broadband upgrade from Ritter Communications. Always right by you.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 100 megabit internet might be like, 100 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
For your smartphones, tablets, phablets. For the browsers you carry in your trousers. Wowzers! For your big screens and small screens, short screens and tall screens, get speed that screams. From the top of your desk to the palm of your hand, it's the fastest internet speed in the land.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. If you're not getting your internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Kick off the holiday season on Tubetown. Hubbard and Hope Furniture present live coverage of the 2017 Greater Blytheville Area Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade. Tune in December 7th at 6:30 p.m. and watch the parade live on Tubetown Channel 21 or on the Tubetown Facebook page. Don't miss the exclusive coverage of the 2017 Greater Blytheville Area Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade presented by Hubbard and Hope Furniture and sponsored in part by these local businesses.
With so many great mega services available from Ritter Communications, it's hard to pick just one. Save a bundle with bundled services. Talk as much as you want, when you want, with unlimited long distance. Get the speed you need with up to 15, 30, 50, and even 100 megabits per second internet. Enjoy online bill pay and protect all your online data and devices with Tech Home and Guardware. With so many choices, options, and savings from Ritter, all you can say is, wow! Mega services, mega savings. That's Mega Ritter.
Come out and see the largest lighting display in the Mid-South at Lights of the Delta. Over 6 million lights and 48 major motion displays span a 40-acre drive-through site. Lights of the Delta is open Sunday through Thursday from 5:30 until 9 p.m. and 5:30 until 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays through December 27th. For more information, visit our website, lightsofthedelta.com. Don't miss Lights of the Delta through December 27th.
Introducing Ritter's new whole home DVR solution, the better way to watch TV. Record up to 6 of your favorite programs at the same time. And watch them in up to 5 different rooms throughout your home. Manage your recordings, set parental controls, and more from your smartphone or tablet from the free Follow Me TV app. The best part, equipment starts at only $25 per month when added to an existing TV package. We just revolutionized the way you watch TV. Ritter Communications, right by you.
The holidays are about staying in touch with family, friends, the holiday spirit. Ritter Communications keeps you in touch with fast, reliable internet to power holiday fun on all your family's devices. Connect with newly launched speeds up to 100 meg, backed by friendly local service. This holiday season, stay in touch with a broadband upgrade from Ritter Communications. Always right by you.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 100 megabit internet might be like, 100 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
For your smartphones, tablets, phablets. For the browsers you carry in your trousers. Wowzers! For your big screens and small screens, short screens and tall screens, get speed that screams. From the top of your desk to the palm of your hand, it's the fastest internet speed in the land.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. If you're not getting your internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Ritter Communications. Right by you.
Kick off the holiday season on Tubetown. Hubbard and Hope Furniture present live coverage of the 2017 Greater Blytheville Area Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade. Tune in December 7th at 6:30 p.m. and watch the parade live on Tubetown Channel 21 or on the Tubetown Facebook page. Don't miss the exclusive coverage of the 2017 Greater Blytheville Area Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade presented by Hubbard and Hope Furniture and sponsored in part by these local businesses.
With so many great mega services available from Ritter Communications, it's hard to pick just one. Save a bundle with bundled services. Talk as much as you want, when you want, with unlimited long distance. Get the speed you need with up to 15, 30, 50, and even 100 megabits per second internet. Enjoy online bill pay and protect all your online data and devices with Tech Home and Guardware. With so many choices, options, and savings from Ritter, all you can say is, wow! Mega services, mega savings. That's Mega Ritter.
Come out and see the largest lighting display in the Mid-South at Lights of the Delta. Over 6 million lights and 48 major motion displays span a 40-acre drive-through site. Lights of the Delta is open Sunday through Thursday from 5:30 until 9 p.m. and 5:30 until 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays through December 27th. For more information, visit our website, lightsofthedelta.com. Don't miss Lights of the Delta through December 27th.
Introducing Ritter's new whole home DVR solution, the better way to watch TV. Record up to 6 of your favorite programs at the same time. And watch them in up to 5 different rooms throughout your home. Manage your recordings, set parental controls, and more from your smartphone or tablet from the free Follow Me TV app. The best part, equipment starts at only $25 per month when added to an existing TV package. We just revolutionized the way you watch TV. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Welcome back to Don Riggs Hurricane Gym here at Barry Pruitt Court for the 33rd annual Barry Pruitt Classic. Our coverage here today on Tubetown. 4 games on the schedule today. We are in the first of 4 halftime right now, getting ready to start the third quarter between Westside and Jacksonville. Lighthouse coach Mark Whitmire and his team out in front by 11 after the first 2 quarters. 30-19 is your score. Andy Maness and Caden Brown here with you. Caden, we just talked about it a moment ago. It doesn't really feel like it's an 11-point ball game. It feels like Westside's out in front by about $1 billion right now.
Yeah, and so far in this game, we've seen Westside just dominate wherever and whenever they please. You know, they're getting the boards, they're getting the steals, they're creating turnovers. They're just doing everything they have to get this lead and keep it and build on top of it.
Yeah, 5 3-pointers in the first half for Westside. 13 points for Riley Felkins. He leads the way for the Warriors. 9 points for Avery Feltz, 6 for Cullen Felkins, 2 for Dylan Schwartz. Looking at the stat sheet for the Jacksonville Lighthouse Wolves, Reggie Adele leading the way with 9 points for Coach Kevin Parker and his team. Wolves will start out the third quarter with possession. Jason Bobo out on the floor alongside Reggie Adele, Eric Miles, Darion Reed, and a foul underneath the basket will send Dalen Cooperwood to the free throw line. Foul's going to get called, I believe, on Avery Feltz right there on the reach in and a little push in the back. First foul on Feltz.
And, you know, that's what you want to see after a rough first half. You want to see these guys come out here and get a basket fast.
Get the and one opportunity. 3-point play brings them within 8. First foul on Feltz, first team foul here in the third quarter. 3-point attempt from Sheffield. Off the mark. Only starter to yet get his name in the scorebooks for the Warriors. Wolves in the front court with Miles. Now to Bobo. Westside looks like they're trying to run a little bit of a trap offense here. There's Miles trying to split the defenders. Shot's no good. Putback is no good on the offensive rebound from Cooper Wood. Falcons against some strong defense there. Warriors come up with the ball, though. Feltz underneath the basket.
And that's the hustle we were talking about in that first half.
Yeah, you see it carry over here into the second half and into the third quarter. Warriors up on top by 10. 11's the biggest lead of the night for Westside. Try to get another turnover here. Meanwhile, the Wolves are just going to try to keep playing catch-up here, clawing their way back into it.
Get in their legs.
Cooper Wood now a wide open three-point shot in the corner from Reggie Adele, and that's his fourth three-pointer of the night. He's now into double digits. He's got 12 points, all of them coming from behind the three-point line. A timeout on the floor. We'll just keep it right here with a 30-second timeout. 6:05 left to play in the third quarter. 32-25. Jacksonville Lighthouse is going to need a few more of those three-pointers to fall, Caden, and going to need to step it up a little bit on defense. You saw him almost come up with a turnover there on Riley Felkins. Had his shot blocked, but the loose ball, you mentioned it, the hustle play, the Warriors come up with it.
And a lot of times what we're seeing on plays like these, the Wolves think they have the ball, but then Westside gets it back, and it's like they almost give up on it, like, okay, whatever, I guess we'll let them have it. You can't do that. If you're trying to claw back into a game, you've got to do everything, show some hustle.
And right now, Reggie Adele's, I don't want to say he's the only one shooting with confidence, but he's the only one that's dropping them in. Under 6 to play here in the third quarter. Just a 7-point ball game. And foul called on the drive. I think they're going to get Eric Miles with a reach in there.
Jacksonville foul number 3, Eric Miles, his first. Team foul number 1.
Feltz working against Miles, goes behind his back. Miles going to get charged with another reach in there.
Jacksonville foul number 3, Eric Miles, his second.
He's looking at the referees like, what did I do? Felkins catches that one before it goes out of bounds. Can't get it to fall. It'll go over the backboard.
And we've yet to see a three-pointer fall for Westside since they've came back from half.
Yeah, it's a little unusual. They've gone almost 3 minutes now without dropping in a three-pointer. Here's a three-point attempt again from Reed, or Adele rather, and he can't get it to drop. Now here's Avery Feltz. Feltz with a pretty finish in the paint. He'll go to the free throw line for another and one opportunity, his second of the night, afternoon rather.
He just made this look way too easy.
Yeah, Reggie Adele picks up the personal foul, his second of the afternoon. The and one will fall. Westside still perfect from the free throw line. I don't want to jinx him. Now it's a 10-point lead once again for Coach Whitmire. Riley Felkins all over Darian Reed, and there you see forces a turnover.
Good D.
Well, he backed him up against that far sideline, and he closed him off. He didn't give him any options to move. Now there's Felkins on the drive. Shot's no good. Long rebound. Cullen Felkins comes up with it. Nice pass. Now they'll reset.
And Andy, I don't know if you saw it, but before that inbound, those guys were motioning each other. Come on, hurry up. They're slouching. Let's get the ball in.
So just trying to take advantage of what we've seen the entire game. Just a little bit of sluggishness from the Wolves here as they cross the timeline. You see Westside, they're coming out to guard the Wolves as soon as they cross the timeline. And there's a fast break opportunity for Cullen Felkins. He hits the easy layup. 8 points here in the game for him. Probably the third or fourth fast break we've seen the Warriors get out on here tonight, this afternoon. There's Eric Miles with another free throw line range jumper. He needs to get into a rhythm in that area. Here's a lob pass to Felts. Felts on the cut. Excellent assist, and now 7 points in the quarter for Felts.
Good.
Miles can't hit. Sheffield comes down with the rebound. Here's Schwartz pushing it ahead, or Felts rather. He'll go back to the free throw line, hits the scoop shot layup. Now 8 points from the floor here in just the third quarter, and another chance at an and one.
And with the rhythm they're on right now as we watch this beautiful lob, oh my goodness, right where it had to be. And
perfect.
This might be where they start pouring it on.
We talked a little bit about it last night. This is a Westside team that we've got to see play together for the last 2 or 3 years. So the chemistry that these guys have is unbelievable, and it's going to be a lot of fun to kind of watch them as this season goes on. 42-27 now is the score. Here's Bobo on the drive. Over the defender. Think somebody got a fingertip on it. 4 on 5 as Bobo's late to get back. Here's Felts on the drive. .257 left. Let's see what Westside wants to do here. Oh, Sheffield thought about that three.
Oh, yeah.
Sheffield from the top of the key. He'll square up. Nobody came out to guard him. Here's Riley Felkins on the rebound. He'll find the glass. Played that just like a post player would. He knew exactly where to go up and where to put it off the glass.
And it's looking like this is where they're going to start pouring it on. These guys are getting points on every possession.
And forcing turnovers, it seems like, on every possession. Felts with a nice pass to Riley Felkins. Felkins with the finish on the other side.
We are seeing some beautiful finishes in this game.
17 points in the game, and Coach Parker's seen enough of that. He wants to call a timeout. 2 minutes remaining. We're going to take a full timeout. When we come back, we'll continue our coverage of the third quarter here from the Barry Pruitt Hurricane Classic, Barry Pruitt Court. We're back after this on Tubetown.
The holidays are about staying in touch with family, friends, the holiday spirit. Ritter Communications keeps you in touch with fast, reliable internet to power holiday fun on all your family's devices. Connect with newly launched speeds up to 100 meg, backed by friendly local service. This holiday season, stay in touch with a broadband upgrade from Ritter Communications. Always right by you.
Brown back here at Barry Pruitt Court. Caden, we were just talking during the break. I mean, the chemistry between Westside is unbelievable.
Yeah, and it's something you don't hear talked about often. It's one of the more important things of basketball. Chemistry, that's whenever you can have a play in the middle of a play, something breaks down, it's not what you were expecting, and these guys know exactly what to do to finish it up and make it look nice.
It seems like they know at all times where each other are on the court. It's crazy. It's like a sixth sense out there on the hardwood. Here's Eric Miles. High post now for Reed. Reed's going to drive into traffic. Shot's no good. Cooperwood with the rebound. Now Brumfield on the deep three-point attempt. Left elbow no good. Put back no good. And now a push from behind by Dalen Cooperwood. That is the 5th team foul on the Wolves here in the second half. Just the second on Cooperwood. Coach Whitmire's starting 5 still out on the floor for Westside. Here's Sheffield from the corner. Off the mark. Now Miles brings it up the floor for the Wolves, trying to get back in this one, trailing by a ton here in the third quarter. Westside nearly forced another turnover. Nice move there by Miles to get it inside, and now a kick out for Adele. Adele's shot no good, and they're going to get Feltz with a foul there. Both players kind of jockeying for the ball there, Caden, and Feltz a little aggressive on that one.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same hustle we've seen all afternoon from these guys, and it just didn't get them the ball that time.
Without a doubt, there's Adele from the left elbow. No good. Fighting for the offensive rebound. The Wolves come down with it. Kick out now for Brumfield. A feed inside. Nobody touched it, and it'll go out of bounds.
Looks like a little bit of a miscommunication right there.
Second time I think we've seen Brumfield do that here. We saw it earlier in the first quarter. He just kind of lobbed one up cross court to nobody.
Maybe what you would call a panic play.
.38 seconds left to play. Deep three-point attempt from Feltz. And a push in the back. Going to be called on, I believe, Gage Sheffield.
Westside foul number 25, Gage Sheffield. His second.
Second one on Sheffield as Darian Reed checks back into the game for the Wolves. 33 seconds left for Lighthouse. Let the ball roll nearly out of bounds there. With the few amount of breaks that Lighthouse has gotten tonight, I'm surprised they let that one roll as far as it did. I would not want to take my chances anymore the way this game has been going for them. They've been getting decent looks all night long, just have not been dropping them in.
Yeah, they haven't had anything fall for them tonight. They've had to work for everything.
Yeah, they have not had near as many open looks here in the third quarter as they had in the first half. Westside's kind of amped up the defense a little bit as Eric Miles drops in a little jump shot at the end of the third quarter. 46-29 is your score. Westside has this one well in hand as we head to the fourth quarter. We're back with more action here on Tubetown after this.
Come out and see the largest lighting display in the Mid-South at Lights of the Delta. Over 6 million lights and 48 major motion displays span a 40-acre drive-through site. Lights of the Delta is open Sunday through Thursday from 5:30 until 9 p.m. and 5:30 until 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays through December 27th. For more information, visit our website, lightsofthedelta.com. Don't miss Lights of the Delta through December 27th.
Andy Maness and Caden Brown welcome you back to Don Riggs Hurricane Gym at Barry Pruitt Court for the Barry Pruitt Hurricane Classic. Fourth quarter action here between Westside and Jacksonville Lighthouse. 46-29 is your score, and been a fun game to watch. If you're a Westside Warrior fan, that is. A lot of pretty passing and excellent finishing at the rim.
Yeah, and what we've seen tonight from these guys is they've just thrown up the threes. A lot of them have fallen for them, and then just when you least expect it, they drive it right into the teeth of the defense, and they finish.
Westside also perfect from the free throw line here in the game. Meanwhile, Lighthouse is 1 for 3. Haven't had a whole lot of free throw opportunities from either squad. Westside certainly had more. Another lob attempt, but that time the Wolves were ready for it. Brumfield with a skip pass. He was over there on the far sideline waving his hands because he was wide open, and now he'll dive for it. Tied up by Felkins, and the possession arrow will keep it here with Lighthouse. Good to see a little hustle out of the Wolves there.
Possession, Lighthouse.
Nice floater there from Miles. I don't know how he took that one through the traffic like he did, but somehow dropped that one in.
Maybe seeing just a little bit of a spark from these guys.
Oh, yeah.
And just like that, the spark has been quenched as Riley Felkins with another finish at the bucket. You're not seeing any, I just noticed this, you're not really seeing any Wolves set screens. Not a lot of movement out on the floor. They're just kind of moving beyond the perimeter.
Yeah, and we mentioned it earlier in this game. These guys are kind of just laying back and taking what's given to them.
Felkins forces a turnover. His shot's no good, but right there to clean it up is Avery Feltz playing the role of Windex. cleaning up the glass for those of you that didn't get that pun. Foul's going to be called on Riley Felkins there.
Westside foul number 11, Riley Felkins.
Fourth team foul here on Westside in the second half. 6:41 left to play. Take another look at that coast-to-coast run by Felkins. Missed it, but Felt's right there to clean it up. Now Miles calling for a screen, but he goes the other way. Feeds it into Adale. Adale with a finish at the rack. His first points from inside the perimeter. Something else you really haven't seen a whole lot of here in the second half is Westside. You mentioned it earlier, taking those three-point shots. They have not hit one here in the second half, and now as I say that, Riley Felkins, Johnny on the spot. Are they listening to the game down there? 5:45 left to play here in the fourth. Miles with a feed. Looks like it might have been tipped. Might need to reset here. 20-point lead here for Westside.
Yeah, and that defense is still playing hard with that lead.
Good.
Still suffocating Lighthouse as they collect another defensive rebound. Here's Felkins. Thought about driving, but he'll hold up. There's a feed into Sheffield, and Feltz with a pretty assist to give Sheffield his first points of the ball game, and now all 5 starters for Coach Whitmire have scored. There's a drive and a block by Sheffield. Ahead to Feltz, 1-on-2 opportunity. He'll lay it in easily. 4 points in the quarter for Avery Feltz, give him 23 for the ball game. He's got one up over Riley Felkins now, who's got 22. Might be having themselves a little friendly battle here by the end of the game over who can finish with the most. About 4 minutes left to play here in the ball game. Another turnover and a quick foul will go against Devorian Reed. Excuse me, Devorian.
You see right there, he thought about going up on that. Number 25 shut that down real quick.
And there's that finish by Feltz moments ago.
Got a bunch of new faces in now for the Westside Warriors.
Yeah, Luke Passmore into the game alongside Kessler Mack. Riley Felkins still in the game, though. He'll take a deep three-point attempt, and why not? He regains the lead now over Avery Feltz for leading scorer. Feltz might have seen his last minutes of the afternoon as well.
Get on him.
Here's Miles driving. Another free throw line shot. Long rebound. Has the space, he'll put up another one. And the foul called away from the ball. I think it's going to go on Westside here. Yeah, Jordan Rockers picking up his first. Little push after that shot. Don't give them the free throws, though. They'll say it was during the shot. Miles' first trip to the free throw line. 8 points here in the game for him. We'll stay at 8 for the time being.
Box up.
Lighthouse has only hit one free throw here in this game. This is only their third trip to the line. That one will get the friendly roll and it'll fall. 2 for 5 here in the ball game. Deep three-point attempt from Riley Felkins.
Almost falls for him. A little heat check there. It almost goes successfully.
Good.
He's had 5 3-pointers already here in the game. He's going to pick up his 3rd foul there, and checking into the game is going to be Luke Hart. Craig Hart will check out of the game. Saw his first minutes just a second ago. 3 minutes and counting remaining here in the 4th quarter. 4 points away here from a running clock the rest of the way. That ball goes out of bounds, and now Westside will get it back. Have one last substitution here. Tyler Dunaway checking into the game. The 3-point attempt from Hart off the mark, or Mack rather. Felkins comes down with the rebound.
Yeah, it's great to you look down there on the court right now, and even with this lead, you've still got these guys moving around and setting screens, playing until the final buzzer.
Well, you know, with all the seniors on the floor for Westside, a lot of these guys probably just trying to jockey for some position later on in their tenure here at Westside. Show Coach Whitmire they can be useful when called upon. And the 1-and-1 opportunity for Darion Reed off the mark. 2 minutes remaining here in the ball game. 60-34. Here's Mack with a wide open 3-point attempt, and Kessler Mack says, "Let me get my name in that scorebook." Have to count up all the 3-pointers here at the end of this one. There's a floater by Miles. Gets it to Dunaway. Now a 3-point attempt from Mack. Had it blocked from behind. He didn't know that Reggie Adele was right behind him.
He was just waiting on that one.
Yeah, good block by Adele. 3-point attempt. Off the mark. Dunaway misses the rebound. Adele on the drive, and they're going to call that on the floor. It'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity, but Dunaway will pick up his first foul here with 1:27 left to play. And now a ton of fresh new faces coming in there for the Westside Warriors. We'll just say the whole bench. Second one falls for Adele. And now it is a 30-point game here for Westside. Clock shouldn't stop the rest of the way. Braxton Williams into the game alongside Isaiah Nortier. Craig Hart back in. Oh, thought about a 3-point attempt. Braxton Williams. .105 left to play here in this one. 63-36. Again, 3 games left here on the afternoon. The first of 4 here with Westside and Lighthouse. Foul called.
Miles at the line for Lighthouse.
Misses his first one.
Number 24, Jake Johnson into the Westside lineup.
Second one off the mark, too. And look at the Warrior defense still swarming here with less than a minute to play. 3-point attempt, no good. Long rebound and a great drive there by Reggie Adele. It looked like he took 2 steps and was at the hoop.
And he just showed some hustle right there, something we haven't seen from this team for a majority of the game.
Good.
Westside gets it in the front court. There's an assist and a rejection. DeVorian Reed taking out a little frustration there.
Hit this.
Jacksonville foul number 4, Devorian Moss.
So now Isaiah Nortier.
Line for Westside, shooting 2.
Off the mark.
You're good at this one.
Second one won't fall either. 20 seconds remain here in this one.
And as this one comes to an end here, you've seen 2 completely different games for these teams. You know, Westside has just shown some hustle, shown heart the entire way through this game. And it just looks like the Wolves, they came out at halftime and it looked like they were going to try to claw their way back into this one, and it just never happened.
Yeah, they pulled to within 7 at one point, and then it was about as close as they could get here with 1 second left. 3-point attempt just off the mark there from Evan Cullen. So the final score between Westside and Lighthouse, 63-39. And a handful of threes for the Westside Warriors. I believe I counted 8 3-pointers for them on the afternoon. And as you mentioned, Caden, just an excellent job on defense as well. So right now, as the teams shake hand, we're about to have a couple of all-tournament announcements out on the floor from these 2 teams. Again, don't forget, 3 more games coming up on the afternoon. We got Southside and Blytheville, Pine Bluff and Harbor, and then, of course, the championship game, Jonesboro and North Little Rock. Riley Falcons, you see one of the all-tournament selections here at the Barry Pruitt Hurricane Classic. And Eric Miles, the recipient for the Lighthouse Wolves. So again, the final here in our first game of the afternoon, 63-39. Westside Warriors prevail. They get to end their weekend on a high note. Stay tuned because, again, 3 more games coming up on the afternoon right here on Tubetown.
NEA Sports preseason basketball show. I am Ryan Fletcher. Along next to me is the Dr. Garrett Weaver, and we have 2 very special guests with us today in Dustin Osmond and Chip Lane. Guys, I want to welcome you to the show. All right, we want to remind everybody that this show would not be possible without it being presented by our very loyal sponsors, specifically Jonesboro Auto Auction, Elite Eye Care, and Wagner Family Medical Clinic. Without them, this show and our other sponsors, this show would not be possible. On today's show, we will have multiple team previews that include predictions as well for the upcoming basketball season. We're going to talk about multiple teams here in the Northeast Arkansas area, along with different previews, predictions, and what we may have for the upcoming season. So we're looking forward to the show today, first one ever, and hopefully not the very last. All right, Dr. Weaver, you kicking us off with the team previews, and you had the EPC Warriors. What can you tell us about what they bring to the table this season?
Well, I spoke with a couple coaches over the last few days, and they spoke fairly highly of EPC. You know, they lost a couple of really good players in Xavier Reed and Jasavian Brown. Both were big-time players and probably 75-80% of their offense. But they returned a couple of guys, and Isaiah Taylor, who's a good forward, plays a great inside-out game. And Jace Whitfield, who's a tall, lanky guard that can really kind of play.
A tremendous athlete.
Yes. And so they have a couple of guys back that'll really help bolster that offense. They like to play a fast pace, like I said, a great inside-out game. I look for them to be kind of probably a middle-of-the-pack kind of team in that 2A conference. It's a very difficult conference, a lot of tough schedule with Earl and Marjorie.
All right, Dustin Osmond, welcome to the show, former assistant for the Bay Yellow Jackets, and of course I felt it necessary for you to be the guy that would talk about Brad Brandon and his bunch this season. What do you got for us?
So Bay, obviously, they lost a lot. Coming into the season, they only have one return senior, Kyle McAdams. This year they're looking to get some healthy leadership from Dax Gibson at point guard. Also returning Slade Grove, 6'7" post player. He's a big force in the middle. Talked to Coach Brandon a few days ago about him, and he's practicing a lot better, practicing a lot harder and stuff. Hopefully he can take that into the game, because that's going to be the X factor at the end of the season. They got a shooter in Lane Austin and Zach Hampton. Those are two guards looking to get them going earlier in the season. At the end of the season, I would not want to play Bay, though. I'll go ahead and say that.
Coach Brandon will have those guys ready.
Yep, definitely.
So Chip Lane, welcome to the show. The Armorel Tigers obviously will be battling against the Bay Yellow Jackets. They return with a good shot to win that district.
I think so. They've got Monroe Carr, who probably is the best player in that conference, I would say, coming back. And Matt White, Coach Burnside done a good job with those guys last year. They did beat Bay once. I think their goals are probably to win the conference and probably be a state tournament type team in 1A.
Well, we've talked a little bit about some of the boys and some of the lower classifications, but we got to get to the JHS girls, who have a significant chance to go make a deep run in the state tournament this year. Dustin Osmond.
So JHS, they have 4 D1 players on their roster this year. Headed it off with a Destiny Salary, who can do it all. She's about a 6-foot guard that's got multiple offers already. And then we got Kayla Mitchell, who's returning at point guard. She's the heart and soul of the team. She's led the team 2 years ago in their state title run. And then you got 2 girls that are coming back off ACL surgeries. Lana Eaton, who has got 20-plus offers right now. She's left-handed, 6'1" guard who can shoot the crap out of it. And then you got a transfer in Sonny Martin from Green County Tech, who will be a big-time player in that conference.
We totally expect them to, as I said earlier, make a deep run. With that being said, we're going to go now with Coach Wes Swift and a group of his boys on the campus of Jonesboro High School.
Oh, I'm Ryan Fletcher with NEA Sports, the magazine, and here on the NEA Sports Show, we're here with Coach Wes Swift and Jonesboro Hurricane Desi Seals. Coach, if you would, just kind of talk to us a little bit about the upcoming season, coming in as reigning state champions.
Obviously, it's a pretty good spot to be in because we had a successful season last year, but at the same time, we understand it kind of puts that bullseye, kind of coach's cliche bullseye on our backs, even more than maybe what normally is, and our guys have to be prepared for that. And again, another coach's cliche, but we'll get everybody's best shot. We have to meet that challenge.
If you would, just kind of talk a little bit about your personnel and the players that you got coming back and who will see significant minutes this season.
Absolutely. Well, the guy to your left is going to be a big part of us in Desi, and his running mate Tony Hudson was huge for us last year as a kind of a sixth man, but was every bit good enough to be a starter. In fact, he led us in scoring in the state championship game. So those two from the guard positions will have to lead us, and then inside, we're looking at Kyle Moore, who played significant minutes last year as a sophomore, and has come back and really changed his body, and he looks to be much more aggressive this year. We had a move in from Forest City, Blayton Williams, and Blake's got a chance to be a starter for us on the perimeter. So those kind of the four that's got to lead us this year. J.G. Stafford's another name that I can't leave out. J.G.'s fixing to come over from football, and he's played significant minutes. So that five's got to lead everybody else.
Desi, I'm a huge Razorback fan, so I just kind of want you to talk about, you're about to sign and you've committed, you're going to sign soon and play for the Hogs. Talk about that and the excitement surrounding that.
Well, on November 8th, the Wednesday, I'll be signing here in the lobby at 1:45, and I'm very happy because I got an opportunity, got a free scholarship to play, and that's very honored.
And until then, I know you guys are going to try and win it all again. Just talk about playing for this Jonesboro Hurricane team.
Playing for Jonesboro is like really hard, but not really, but it's like you pushing you hard to the next level because he preparing you for the next level. He ain't never going to be easy on you because you don't never want that. You always want to be hard on you because he's preparing you for a college level. So therefore, I'm really happy to play for Jonesboro, and not only we got other players really looking forward to try to win state this year.
Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you both. We're going to send a commercial break and be back after these messages.
Okay, so before you say anything else, the reason I asked you here tonight is, Allison, will you marry me?
Stephen, I'm over here.
Don't let your old prescription ruin the moment. Let Elite Eye Care help you see clearly with new glasses or contacts. Elite Eye Care, bringing your vision to the next level. For more information, go to KAIT8.com and click on Health Connections.
No, I won't stay no more. I won't see. I always thought that there'd be more than just wishing life away. Like I could always figure it out and never have to bound it once in front of me. Dream no.
It happens every Friday night. Come bid, buy, or sell at the Jonesboro Auto Auction, open to the public. You'll see all makes and models, all price ranges, sold at tremendous savings. We're open daily. All you have to do is call. We'll provide every detail on how to bid, buy, and sell. On Friday nights, go where the dealers go, the Jonesboro Auto Auction at the Bypass and Auction Road.
It began with an idea. Suncom Media Productions, NEA Sports Magazine, two powerful resources bringing you area student athletes in action. The High School Game of the Week features football and basketball teams in weekly competition. The NEA Sports Magazine highlights all the area's football and basketball teams, along with articles on top athletes. Suncom Media, NEA Sports, putting student athletes first.
Bank and Trust would like to introduce you to the region's first personal teller machine. This hybrid service gives you the personal attention of a live teller, but the convenience of a drive-through ATM. The personal teller can assist you with deposits, withdrawals, loan payments, and other traditional teller services. The PTM's extended hours are 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8:30 a.m. until 1 p.m. on Saturday. At Farmers Bank and Trust, we're committed to giving you the outstanding customer service that you deserve and expect.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the NEA Sports Preseason Basketball Show. This segment is brought to you by Wagner Family Medical Clinic. Well, Chip Lane, we would be remiss not to mention the Mammoth Spring Bears with you here in our presence today. First, let's talk about the boys and what they bring to the table this season.
Well, I thank you for letting me talk about those folks up there since I'm employed there now. But they are in the NEA tournament, both
Right.
groups. So the boys have played 4 games already at this point, and they're a gritty bunch. They're led by Sagan Godwin. He's about a 6'3", slasher type, pretty good shooter. Tough to handle when they basketball. They're also kind of young as far as people after that. Sophomores, Brett Mayfield is a kid that's going to help a lot. But they're by state tournament time, regional tournament time, I look for them to contend.
Make a run. Then, of course, let's just talk about the girls, too. They brought a state MVP that kind of came along with you in the move to Mammoth Springs, and that's, of course, your daughter, Whitley Lane.
Yeah, they have a chance to be pretty good. I think you always just want to be in the discussion as far as when you're talking about state championships. I think they're knocking on the door of being in that discussion. There's no seniors on the team. She goes into, Whitley goes into a bunch that's already pretty good, can score the basketball. They've got to improve defensively and just get a tougher mindset about them. But if they do that, Brianna Holcomb, Stephanie Henry, those are some names that might become a lot more familiar statewide, hopefully this year and next year. All right.
Well, Dr. Weaver, the Mark Tree boys, led by, of course, Coach Barbara Wilburn, that's been there for many years, had an opportunity to pick up her second state championship last year, fell a little bit short, but they've got their eyes on the gold this season.
They absolutely do. Like I said, I spoke with a couple coaches yesterday, and Barbara Wilburn is she's a household name, especially in that area. She's a phenomenal coach, and she's going to get them to play very hard. They returned 2 big-time players in Markel Perry, who I believe is a 3-year starter already. Kobe Malone is also a good kid. He can really shoot it. They're going to be very, very tough. They lost 1 player, I think, in Nick Andrews that was a big presence inside, but they returned 7 of their first 8 guys, I think, and that's going to make them very tough with that depth. I look for them to challenge Earl in that conference, and very, very well they could win a state title.
It'll be exciting to see what this group of seniors does. They've been talked about for a very long time. So the Richfield Christian boys, Dustin, have a legit shot to win their district this season.
Yeah, definitely. Blake Thompson, he's returning 3 key players, and Ian Dunton, Alex Burnett, and John Schultens. They made a state appearance last year for the first time in about 4 or 5 years. So they're looking to build on that, and I think they have a legit shot at making a run, not only winning that conference that they're going to be in or competing in it. They got a chance to make a decent run with Ian Dunton at guard. He poured in 30 points the other night early in the season. Then Alex Burnett inside. He's a force to be reckoned with. He may turn and dunk it this year. John Schultens, probably the most athletic one, probably the best player in that conference. He's freak athlete. Love watching him play.
We'll get an interview in NEA Sports Magazine, the basketball preview in November with John Schultens. It was a great interview, and look for you to pick that up. All right, Dr. Weaver, now talk about the Manila girls and Sammy Morphus's group that she brings.
They lost a lot from last year's squad. They had several seniors on that squad. So they're looking to kind of rebuild off of that. They have a girl named Madison Bibbs who can really play. She's probably going to be their workhorse. Sydney Adcock is another name of a player that is really good over there. She's going to contribute a lot. They have a sophomore coming up, Brayley Hampton. She was a big-time player in junior high, can really score. So I look for her to kind of contribute offensively, especially for Manila. They like to slow it down. She wants to really control the pace of the game. If she can keep that score as low as possible, then she feels like she has a really good chance to win. They run a lot of sets. They really like to kind of be a little bit methodical, really challenge you and make you work.
And then, of course, I'm going to take you to Coach Lee Wimberly and the boys down at Manila High School.
I'm Garrett Weaver with NEA Sports, and we are here at Manila High School with head coach and headline Lee Wimberly. We're just trying to get some information on this upcoming season. Coach, there are high expectations around the area, and especially in this town. Can you kind of just tell us what you expect and, what we can all expect to see out of your lines this year?
I hope so. There's always high expectations at Manila. This year's no different. We do have a lot of kids back. We have a lot of scoring back. We have some very good sophomores moving in. Daily Blue and Brian Gonzalez gives us some height finally. These two beside you, I hope, are going to be leaders along with Brady Woodall. Around here, the type of basketball we're going to play night in and night out is going to prepare us for the games that count. And those games are in February. I can't tell you what we're going to do all throughout the season. I can tell you one thing that we will do night in, night out, and that's play hard. I feel like, since I've been here, we've been known to get up in your tail and guard. And if this group can buy into that and realize that there's two ends of the floor, then I think the sky's the limit. I enjoy them. They're a lot of fun. They're great kids. We're looking to have a good year.
Well, we certainly expect you to have a good year as well. I know last year you were fairly young, but this year you turned to several senior leaders. Two of them are here standing beside us, Connor Blue and Joel Burrow, looking to get a lot of leadership out of you guys. Can you just tell us, what do you expect out of this year? I mean, I've been there before. This is it, boys. This is the one that counts. This is the last one. So, what are you expecting out of this year?
I expect ultimately for us just to compete every night and hopefully get to the goal we want to reach, the state championship, and just all work together and have a good season.
What about you, Joe?
The same. We're a real close team and just compete every night. We work so hard to get there, and we're here. Got to keep competing.
Well, I will tell you this. Any team you've ever had, Coach Wimberly, I know when we walk in the gym that they're gonna play your pants off. I mean, they're gonna get after it, and I know you pride yourself on that. Is this year's squad, are they any different, or are they? Welcome back to Barry Pruitt Court here in Don Riggs Hurricane Gym. Andy Maness and Caden Brown back here with you for our second game of the afternoon. The Blytheville Chickasaws and the Southside Southerners. Of course, don't forget 2 games still left on the docket this afternoon. Pine Bluff and Springdale Harbor. And, of course, the championship game of the Barry Pruitt Hurricane Classic. Jonesboro, the hosting team, facing off against one of their conference foes, the North Little Rock Charging Wildcats. But again here, the starting lineups being introduced out on the floor for both of these teams. Blytheville and Southside. We got to see Batesville Southside play yesterday. Of course, got to see Blytheville yesterday as well. But an exciting game with Southside and Westside went down to the buzzer. Just a 1-point game. Starting lineups tonight for the Southside Southerners. Number 12, Matthew Holyfield. Number 20, Grant Patterson. Number 21, Will Stitowski. Number 32, Alex Brogdon. And number 33, Tom Milicic. For the Blytheville Chickasaws, number 1, Trey Jamison. Number 5, Michael Carruthers. Number 11, Tony Newmy. Number 23, Winston Peace. And number 24, Jarius Haynes. Haynes jumping at center circle for the tip, and the Chickasaws control it. They waste no time bringing it into the front court, into the paint. Haynes puts up a shot, and just like that, the first 10 seconds gone by, Blytheville's in the books.
Not wasting any time whatsoever.
Satowski from the left elbow wants to drive. We put up quite a few points yesterday in that game with Westside. Got to see Grant Patterson, who just turned it over there. Dropped in a handful of three-pointers. They push it ahead to Tony Newmy. Newmy on the baseline now for Carruthers. Carruthers in traffic. Puts up a shot, no good. Offensive rebound. There's a quick shot from Winston Peace at the free throw line, and he'll drop it in. So Southside, a turnover on their first possession. We'll look back and see how many points that Grant Patterson rather finished with. There's Brogdon. Satowski nearly traveled there. Brogdon at the top of the key, gives it to Satowski. Blytheville playing stifling man-to-man defense right now. Nearly forced a turnover, but that one will be called out on the Chickasaw, so we'll keep it right here with the Southerners. Patterson yesterday finished with 21 points. Had 6 three-pointers yesterday, so look for him behind the three-point line. Number 20, you see him right there at the top of the key setting the screen for Will Satowski. Bounce pass to Patterson. Patterson drives. He'll go to the free throw line. Blocking foul called on Trey Jamison. His first personal foul, first team foul here in the ball game with 6.5 gone by. 6.5 left, rather.
Flying for Southside, number 20, Grant Patterson.
Just caught Jamison leaning back a little bit there. Patterson with a nice body control. They'll hit the and one, and so 1 point deficit now for the Southerners here in the first 2 minutes of this one.
Yeah, and these guys going right at each other early on in this one.
Three-point shot on the way, off the mark from Newby. Long rebound. Blytheville comes up with it. There's Jamison at the free throw line. No good. Another long rebound. Peace runs right into Satowski. Satowski will help him up. Nice little show of sportsmanship, but a foul will be called on Will Satowski. It'll be his first. There you see, just jostling for position. Here's Carruthers on the drive at the free throw line. Has his shot blocked by Milicic. Got to get up a little bit higher to put it over that tall body of Milicic. Patterson with it now. They work it around. Brogdon just looked in for some space, trying to spin against the defender, and his shot turns into an air ball. Chickasaw is on their end of the floor. Here's Peace underneath the basket. They get it to fall. Blytheville extend their lead back out to 3. It's 6-3. Poked out. Called out on the Chickasaws. Taking a look at this replay. There's the dish off to Peace, and Peace, it's a nice little hesitation, gets it up and over the defender.
Yeah, he just waited long enough for that guy to get past him and then put it up there.
Satowski across the timeline. Ball poked loose. Here's Peace on a fast break to the bucket. He's going to slam it home. Took his time on that one. And Coach Brad McGee of Southside wants to call a timeout and try to cauterize the bleeding while he still can. And we'll keep it right here with 5:01 remaining. 8-3 is your score. Blytheville has come out of this opening tip with a lot of fury here, Caden. I mean, controlled the opening tip, knocked down a couple of shots inside, some great passing.
You know, it usually takes two teams sometimes a little bit before they get warmed up and get to a rhythm. As you see right here, he's going to throw it down with some passion. He really felt that one. You know, these guys they're out here playing fast, they're playing hard already, not taking their time.
Yeah, they kind of went 0 to 60 pretty quickly. You said it. I mean, you see teams early in the first quarter often needing to try to feel each other out, but Blytheville did kind of put the pedal to the metal immediately here this afternoon. 3-point shot on the way, off the mark, offensive rebound. Putback is no good, but Brogdon will be heading to the free throw line, hacked on his putback attempt. Jarius Haynes picking up his first personal foul, the second team foul called on Blytheville as Brogdon gets the friendly roll. There's the three-point attempt, and then here's the putback attempt on our replay.
Guys draped all over him.
Yep, and that little head fake right there before he put up the shot was enough to get the defenders in the air and draw the contact. And Brogdon will go 2 for 2 at the charity stripe to open up the ball game, get his name into the scorebooks. Makes it a 3-point ball game. Brogdon finished with 4 points the other night against Westside. Numi on the left wing. Nice long bounce pass, and if it had been handled cleanly by Peace, would have set him up for a good-looking basket there on the right side of the lane.
Yeah, and you had Milicic just sitting down there in the paint. He was spreading those long arms out, trying to play some defense, and that pass was right where it had to be.
Yeah, speaking of Milicic, there's an obvious height advantage right now for Milicic in the paint. As the Southerners kick it out to the perimeter, 3-point shot off the mark. Trying to come up with a loose ball. Nobody cried wolf, and the Southerners come up with it. 3-on-2 opportunity. There's Chickasaws flying all over the place, and the Southerners can't find the bottom of the basket. And a frustration foul there called on Milicic. Brogdon, rather. Take another look at this replay. There's white jerseys flying all over the place, and the Southerners just can't get it in. Patterson with 2 defenders draped all over him.
Pretty interesting 15 seconds of basketball right there.
A very fast pace and not a lot to show for it if you're a fan of the gray and white Southside Southerners. And a travel is going to be called on Michael Carruthers. Just kind of lost his balance there, tried to regain it, and moved his pivot foot. A little over halfway through this first quarter. Southerners still trying to find their offensive momentum. Blytheville kind of stalled out here in the last minute and a half or so. Patterson off the screen. Got away with a little push there. Step back jumper, no good. Chickasaws push it ahead, but they get it ahead too far. Brogdon might have got away with a travel there. Sitowski's going to take it up strong. Just a 1-point ball game now. I wonder how much gas that Southside has got in the tank after that game with Westside yesterday. That was a game with 10 lead changes. The game was tied 6 different times, so a lot of energy expended in that one. It might take them a little bit to kind of find their momentum here. 3-point attempt on the way from Carruthers. Nothing underneath that one. Well short.
So far holding their own in this one.
About 2.5 left to play in the first quarter. Sitowski picked up his dribble. He's in trouble on the far sideline. Now Patterson's with it. He'll bail him out. Just a 1-point ball game. Rich going to get called for steps. Marshall Wyatt checking into the game. Alex Brogdon checking out.
You know, Andy, and so far in this one, we've seen a lot of mental errors from Southside. They're a little jumpy, a little hesitant. If they want a chance at winning this game, they've got to find a way to gather themselves and find a game plan that works for them. These Blytheville guys, they're fast and they know exactly what they want to do, so they've got to figure something out quick.
Well, since that dunk by Winston Peace, Blytheville hasn't scored a point. Well, there they get a tip in from Demarion Garvin. First 2 points of the afternoon for him. The lead goes back up to 3. So they finally got the lid off the bucket, but that timeout by Coach Brad McGee a little bit ago kind of slowed the Chickasaws down. Whistle blown away from the ball, and I think they're going to get Tony Numi. So Southerners will take it out underneath their own basket. You got to wonder, you talked about coming out and making some mental errors. You wonder if this fast pace, kind of caught them off guard. They didn't expect Blytheville to come out and play so aggressively and such up tempo.
That's definitely a possibility. But if, like we mentioned, like to combat that, you've got to figure out how to get your gatherings and play to what you have. You know, they obviously don't have the speed advantage. What they do have is a height and size advantage. They've got to use that to their advantage and do what they can. Game plan around that.
Tried to take it in the paint there and score with Satowski. Satowski lost it in the air. The Chickasaws tried to save it and get it out to Milicic. Now they'll regather. Patterson drives around the defender. They're going to call a block. No, they'll call a charge. Patterson picking up his third team foul here, and watch as Patterson just tries to drive right around the defender. Milicic comes out to set him a screen. But right there, Jamison had his feet set. Might have been leaning back just a tad, but the official from behind wasn't the one who called the charge. So now under a minute left to play here. You're certainly right about the size difference between the two. I mean, you got Milicic and Brogdon in the paint as Jamison scores a bucket here with 40 seconds left to extend the lead back out to 5. But Brogdon's down there and definitely outsizes Jarius Haynes. He's got some size on Gary Cook, who's down there guarding him in the paint right now, too. There's a deep three-point attempt from Satowski off the mark. Just a forced attempt. Jamison now with a full court lob pass. It's intercepted, going the other way now with the Southerners, and with 17 seconds left, Satowski will slow it up and see what they can do about holding for the final shot of the quarter.
Looking like he was playing free safety back there, tracking that ball down and breaking on it.
He did, and now a turnover. 5 seconds left for the Chickasaws. Jamison pushes it. Corner shot from Numi off the mark. And we've got one quarter in the books here in the second game of the afternoon between the Blytheville Chickasaws and the Southside Southerners. Coach Mackenzie Pearson, the Chickasaws, coming out hot here in the first quarter, going 0-60 in a matter of a couple of seconds. 12-7 is your score. We're coming back with the second quarter of action right after this here on Tubetown. Andy Maness and Caden Brown back here with you at Don Riggs Hurricane Gym. And Barry Pruitt court for the Barry Pruitt Hurricane Classic, getting ready to start the second quarter between the Blytheville Chickasaws and the Southside Southerners. 12-7 is your score. The Chickasaws lead this one as we start the second quarter, but the Southerners will start the second with possession. 3 points for Grant Patterson in that first quarter. He's got the ball right now. He leads the way for the Southerners in scoring. They just couldn't find much momentum. Meanwhile, the Chickasaws, if you're just joining us, they started out on a nice little run and have kind of held the Southerners in check so far through the majority of this ball game. Holyfield with it now on the left wing. Same starting 5 out there for Coach McGee right now in the Southerners. Corey Chun out there for the Chickasaws, as is Gary Cook. And you got Trey Jamison and Michael Carruthers and Tony Newby out there as well.
Really taking their time on this possession.
Yeah, they're trying to find any kind of open look that they can get, and the Chickasaws come up with another steal. 1-on-2 opportunity. Jamison with a nice little finger roll at the bucket. (14-7) now is your score. Newmy draped all over Satowski, trying to force another turnover. Brogdon sets a screen. Corey Chung comes out to guard him. Almost another turnover for the Southerners. Here's Holyfield on the drive. Good take that time by Matthew Holyfield. Saw the open lane and just took it. So Blytheville leading by 5 now. Shot good from Trey Jamison. 4 points for him here in the quarter.
And Andy, everything Blytheville's doing so far, they're doing it fast.
Now, we've talked about it since the start of this game. They just put the pedal to the metal and have been running flat out since we started.
Swinging for the fences early in this one.
Shot from Milicic. Not a bad attempt at all for Milicic because he's got the height advantage, which we've talked about. Again, you haven't really seen the Southerners try to take advantage of that yet. Got 2 guys out there in the middle of the paint who look like they're well over 6'6". I think Milicic is listed at 6'9". Patterson with a shot from just inside the 3-point line. That was a beautiful shot, knocked down right in the face of the defender.
And Milicic's attempt earlier looked really good. He's got that high release, hard to block.
Newmy with it. Working it around the horn. Now a baseline drive and a little blocking foul going to be called on Brogdon. So Alex Brogdon picking up his second. Marshall Wyatt checking back in. There's that baseline jumper from Patterson. 5-point ball game. Ball inbounded to Damarian Garvin. Now to Winston Peace. Looking around to a wide open Jamison. He'll drive. Shot over Milicic was no good, but an offensive rebound. And now Damarian Garvin will head to the free throw line as he's hacked on the putback. Saw Jamison had to kind of lean back to try to avoid getting that shot blocked by Milicic, and then 2 gray jerseys draped all over the rebounder. Foul's going to go on Marshall Wyatt, his first. He's fresh into the game. Missed his free throw, goes out of bounds, and he tried to throw it off of Milicic there, but I think they're going to say it's Southerners' ball.
It was a good attempt, though. He almost had it.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
One of the old schoolyard tricks.
We saw the Southerners do that yesterday to Westside a number of times. In fact, Grant Patterson bounced one off of somebody's face. Nice job by the Southerners moving the ball up the floor that time, and some fancy passing results in 2 points for Tom Milicic.
And that's good to see. Those are the kind of plays that they have to capitalize on if they want a chance to stay in this one.
They did it right in the face of that full court press defense that the Chickasaws just started playing here. Brought them to within 3. There's Jamison at the top of the key. He was just feeling it. He had the space and decided to take the shot, and it paid off. Again, the full court press. Holyfield pushes it up. Left Milicic wide open. They can't handle the pass, though, and Peace does a little bit of celebrating down there after the play. But watch Jamison here sidestep the defender off the screen. Knew he had the space. Nobody closed out. Just knocked it down.
And those are the type of plays where coach tells you, if you think you've got it, pull the trigger.
Well, it appears Jamison has the green light. He's got 9 points here in the ball game, 7 of them here in the first half, and make that 9 of them here in the second quarter, 11 in the first half.
And Andy, with the way they're playing, pedal to the metal, you've got to wonder if they can keep this up all game long.
Now the Southerners have gotten as close as 3 points. But back-to-back baskets by Trey Jamison have kind of put a halt to these comeback attempts, at least for the time being, and they're continuing to play full court press defense. Patterson with it, along with Wyatt and Holyfield in the backcourt. Brogdon and Rich in the front court. Milicic trying to feed that one down low. Now Jamison with a finger roll finish. 11 points in the quarter for Jamison. Coach McGee wants to call a timeout. It is a full timeout. We're going to take it alongside with them. 23-13 is your score. Blytheville out in front. They are just running away with this one here in the second quarter on Tubetown.
In fact, Grant Patterson bounced one off of somebody's face.
Introducing Ritter Home Security. Ritter takes care of protecting what's most important to you, from threats like unwelcome visitors and fire, to making your life easier by putting the control of your home at your fingertips. Use the free app to shut the garage, lock the door, turn off lights, arm the system, and more. You can even turn back the thermostat to help save money on your energy bill. Plus, get a snapshot when your kids get home. It's smart, beautiful, convenient, and ready for your busy life. Ritter Home Security.
Welcome back to Don Riggs Hurricane Gym and Barry Pruitt Court. We're here at the Barry Pruitt Hurricane Classic. Coach Mackenzie Pierce has got the Blytheville Chickasaws clicking on all cylinders right now in the third quarter. Take a look at the fast break opportunities that they've had. Trey Jamison having himself quite the second quarter with 11 points, give him 13 for the ball game. Coach Mackenzie Pierce, if I remember correctly, former assistant at the University of Arkansas. Spent a little time in Lepanto as the East Poinsett County coach, and by a little time, I believe just a year. Southerners looking for a home run pass there, but they get it inbound again. Trying to move it up court against the full court press. Blytheville's kind of backed off and running a man-to-man full court press as opposed to a trap now with 2:50 left to play here in the second quarter. Inbound goes to Milicic, out high to Holyfield. Make that Wyatt. Wyatt shot from the free throw line, off the mark, just not enough underneath it. Looked like he hesitated on it.
See, those are the shots you have to make. He made the man miss. All he had to do was put it in.
Tony Newmy with a Euro step down on his end of the floor, has it swatted from behind. Take a look as he bypasses the defender, but Tom Milicic comes in and says, no, sir. Might have gotten away with a little foul there as well, but no call. Chickasaws retain possession, leading by 10 with 2:30 to play. Satowski ran into Peace there on that hard screen. Peace now with a little bit of space. Jump shot no good. Long rebound. Chickasaws get it. Put back floater in the paint good for Michael Carruthers.
And he had to do something to get that ball over the tall, long arms of Milicic.
Yeah, he's shooting fully extended that time to try to make sure it wasn't blocked. Patterson bumping against the defender, trying to get a foul, and no foul called. I don't understand. He got the defender in the air, leaned into him, didn't get the call from the referee. Watch as he got his man in the air. Little bump. Unbelievable. Trying to get 3 free ones there, and I got to say, I think he might have deserved them there.
Lots of contact there, Andy.
Patterson, one of the scrappier players, and now they'll send him to the free throw line for 2 free ones. We saw things get a little chippy yesterday between Patterson and a couple of the Westside players. Nothing, too out of hand or overly aggressive, just competitive nature. A lot of hard screens being set, hard fouls. There's the inbound, and there's the foul. So Patterson missed his first free throw here. Second one on the way. Jarius Haynes back into the game for the Chickasaws. Jaquan Fowler also in the game. Hits that one. And Blytheville still leading by 11 with 1:45 to play here in the second quarter.
Chickasaws looking like they're going to try to slow this one down just a little bit.
Yeah, run out some clock here at the end of the first half, and a timeout's going to be called by Coach Pierce. Just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here with 1:30 to play. Again, quite a quarter for Trey Jamison. He scored 11 points here in just this quarter, all of them from the floor. fact, the Chickasaws have not shot a free throw yet tonight. They've got an 11-point lead. 5 team fouls for both squads, so a couple more will have one of the teams shooting some one-and-one opportunities. Southerners have been at the free throw line 3 times. They are 4 for 5 from the charity stripe here in the first half. Still struggling to get back in this one as Blytheville's defense has been suffocating since the tip-off.
And if you're Southside, you don't want to let them start pouring it on this early in the game. You want to try to stay in it and don't let it get too out of hand before halftime.
See if they can come up with a stop here. Wide open three-point attempts. Not what you want coming out of the timeout. Jaquan Fowler dropping in a triple. Biggest lead so far of the afternoon for the Chickasaws. 17-point lead. 14-point lead. Bad math on my part. 55 seconds left. Holyfield in the high post. There's Milicic at the free throw line. Again with that high release point shot. Still can't get it to fall. Patterson just driving in traffic. Runs into the defender there. I think Winston Peace. No, they'll get Jaquan Fowler. First one on Fowler. 6th team foul, but Patterson is in the act of shooting, so he'll go to the free throw line with 44 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Patterson rims in and out on the first one. He's 2 for 4.
We just saw earlier Milicic miss another one of those shots. You know, there's not a guy on Bible that can actually get up and contest that. He's got to drain those.
Definite height advantage there for Milicic, and a height advantage for Brogdon, too, one of the other taller players on the team. And like to see them shoot a little bit more inside. Loose ball poked out. Coach Pierce is livid about something. He is very animated down there on the sideline, yelling at his defense, or yelling at his offense, rather, I should say. Newmy with it near center circle. 23 seconds left. Could hold for the last shot, and I think that's what they're going to do. They've been spreading it around, but here in the second quarter, it's been Trey Jamison with the hot hand, so look for number 1 to get it, but he's not out on the floor. Michael Carruthers now in the corner. Carruthers, three-point line with 3 seconds left. He'll drop it in from the right elbow. No time left in the half, and we are headed to the locker room. After 2 quarters, Blytheville leading Southside 31-14. What a game for Coach Mackenzie Pierce and the Chickasaws through the first 2 quarters. We'll step aside, tally up some halftime stats, and bring them your way right after these messages here on Tubetown.
With so many great mega services available from Ritter Communications, it's hard to pick just one. Save a bundle with bundled services. Talk as much as you want, when you want, with unlimited long distance. Get the speed you need with up to 15, 30, 50, and even 100 megabits per second internet. Enjoy online bill pay and protect all your online data and devices with Tech Home and Guardware. With so many choices, options, and savings from Ritter, all you can say is, wow! Mega services, mega savings. That's Mega Ritter.
Come out and see the largest lighting display in the Mid-South at Lights of the Delta. Over 6 million lights and 48 major motion displays span a 40-acre drive-through site. Lights of the Delta is open Sunday through Thursday from 5:30 until 9 p.m. and 5:30 until 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays through December 27th. For more information, visit our website, lightsofthedelta.com. Don't miss Lights of the Delta through December 27th.
Introducing Ritter's new whole home DVR solution, the better way to watch TV. Record up to 6 of your favorite programs at the same time. And watch them in up to 5 different rooms throughout your home. Manage your recordings, set parental controls, and more from your smartphone or tablet from the free Follow Me TV app. The best part, equipment starts at only $25 per month when added to an existing TV package. We just revolutionized the way you watch TV. Ritter Communications, right by you.
The holidays are about staying in touch with family, friends, the holiday spirit. Ritter Communications keeps you in touch with fast, reliable internet to power holiday fun on all your family's devices. Connect with newly launched speeds up to 100 meg, backed by friendly local service. This holiday season, stay in touch with a broadband upgrade from Ritter Communications. Always right by you.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 100 megabit internet might be like, 100 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications. Right by you.
For your smartphones, tablets, phablets. For the browsers you carry in your trousers. Wowzers! For your big screens and small screens, short screens and tall screens, get speed that screams. From the top of your desk to the palm of your hand, it's the fastest internet speed in the land.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. If you're not getting your internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Ritter Communications. Right by you.
Kick off the holiday season on Tubetown. Hubbard and Hope Furniture present live coverage of the 2017 Greater Blytheville Area Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade. Tune in December 7th at 6:30 p.m. and watch the parade live on Tubetown Channel 21 or on the Tubetown Facebook page. Don't miss the exclusive coverage of the 2017 Greater Blytheville Area Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade presented by Hubbard and Hope Furniture and sponsored in part by these local businesses.
With so many great mega services available from Ritter Communications, it's hard to pick just one. Save a bundle with bundled services. Talk as much as you want, when you want, with unlimited long distance. Get the speed you need with up to 15, 30, 50, and even 100 megabits per second internet. Enjoy online bill pay and protect all your online data and devices with Tech Home and Guardware. With so many choices, options, and savings from Ritter, all you can say is, wow! Mega services, mega savings. That's Mega Ritter.
Come out and see the largest lighting display in the Mid-South at Lights of the Delta. Over 6 million lights and 48 major motion displays span a 40-acre drive-through site. Lights of the Delta is open Sunday through Thursday from 5:30 until 9 p.m. and 5:30 until 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays through December 27th. For more information, visit our website, lightsofthedelta.com. Don't miss Lights of the Delta through December 27th.
Introducing Ritter's new whole home DVR solution, the better way to watch TV. Record up to 6 of your favorite programs at the same time. And watch them in up to 5 different rooms throughout your home. Manage your recordings, set parental controls, and more from your smartphone or tablet from the free Follow Me TV app. The best part, equipment starts at only $25 per month when added to an existing TV package. We just revolutionized the way you watch TV. Ritter Communications, right by you.
The holidays are about staying in touch with family, friends, the holiday spirit. Ritter Communications keeps you in touch with fast, reliable internet to power holiday fun on all your family's devices. Connect with newly launched speeds up to 100 meg, backed by friendly local service. This holiday season, stay in touch with a broadband upgrade from Ritter Communications. Always right by you.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 100 megabit internet might be like, 100 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications. Right by you.
For your smartphones, tablets, phablets. For the browsers you carry in your trousers. Wowzers! For your big screens and small screens, short screens and tall screens, get speed that screams. From the top of your desk to the palm of your hand, it's the fastest internet speed in the land.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. If you're not getting your internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Ritter Communications. Right by you.
Kick off the holiday season on Tubetown. Hubbard and Hope Furniture present live coverage of the 2017 Greater Blytheville Area Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade. Tune in December 7th at 6:30 p.m. and watch the parade live on Tubetown Channel 21 or on the Tubetown Facebook page. Don't miss the exclusive coverage of the 2017 Greater Blytheville Area Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade presented by Hubbard and Hope Furniture and sponsored in part by these local businesses.
With so many great mega services available from Ritter Communications, it's hard to pick just one. Save a bundle with bundled services. Talk as much as you want, when you want, with unlimited long distance. Get the speed you need with up to 15, 30, 50, and even 100 megabits per second internet. Enjoy online bill pay and protect all your online data and devices with Tech Home and Guardware. With so many choices, options, and savings from Ritter, all you can say is, wow! Mega services, mega savings. That's Mega Ritter.
Come out and see the largest lighting display in the Mid-South at Lights of the Delta. Over 6 million lights and 48 major motion displays span a 40-acre drive-through site. Lights of the Delta is open Sunday through Thursday from 5:30 until 9 p.m. and 5:30 until 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays through December 27th. For more information, visit our website, lightsofthedelta.com. Don't miss Lights of the Delta through December 27th.
Introducing Ritter's new whole home DVR solution, the better way to watch TV. Record up to 6 of your favorite programs at the same time. And watch them in up to 5 different rooms throughout your home. Manage your recordings, set parental controls, and more from your smartphone or tablet from the free Follow Me TV app. The best part, equipment starts at only $25 per month when added to an existing TV package. We just revolutionized the way you watch TV. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Welcome back to Don Riggs Hurricane Gym for the Barry Pruitt Hurricane Classic here on Tubetown. We're getting ready to start the third quarter between Blytheville and Southside. First 2 games of the day have been slightly lopsided. Still 2 more on the schedule for this afternoon. Of course, we're going to have Pine Bluff taking on Springdale Harbor, and then the championship game, Jonesboro and North Little Rock. Right here in the second game, though, Blytheville facing off against Batesville Southside, and the Chickasaws. They've got a pretty big lead as we start the third quarter, 31-14. Andy Maness and Caden Brown here with you. Caden, this is one that Trey Jamison kind of opened up in the second quarter for the Chickasaws. 13 points in the first half for him. 11 of them came there in that second quarter. And we talked from the get-go about Blytheville putting the pedal to the metal and coming out flying, and they continued that into the second quarter. They'll probably continue that into the third.
Yeah, and this is one of those games where you didn't see it, you didn't really realize it, but it's slowly starting to get out of hand.
This has been the biggest lead for Blytheville, and you see that they're just going to come out and make Southside come and get them. Offense was clicking on all cylinders. Defense was stifling. And there's some defense from the Southerners. Patterson comes up with the steal, misses the coast-to-coast layup, and Carruthers will dribble in circles around the defenders to push it in the front court. Nice bounce pass for Peace. Peace dishes it back out as the defense collapses. And now it'll be Trey Jamison picking up where he left off in the second quarter. He'll go to the free throw line. Tom Maholchich picking up with the first personal foul. Just realized we had a correction on his pronunciation of his name, Tom Maholchich. Jamison off the mark on the first one. Take another look as he takes it in the paint. There's the hack.
Be good to see that he's not afraid to take that one right into the defense.
And we've seen the Chickasaws drive into the lane frequently. They're not scared to go against the taller defender in Maholchich. Three-point attempt from Brogdon, short. Carruthers comes up with it. Had Peace streaking down the floor, but couldn't get to him in time. Jamison there on the windmill layup. He's off the mark. Tony Newby there to clean it up, though. His first points of the ball game. Maholchich setting the screen for Satowski. Satowski gets it back. See, and they're trying to get it into Maholchich, but doing a good job of guarding him is Jarius Haynes. Foul's going to be called on the Chickasaws. They're going to get Michael Carruthers with his first. Again, you see Maholchich in there, and there's Haynes, and away from the ball they get, right there on Satowski. There's the inbound to Maholchich. Layup, no good. You got to go up and get that. What a move from Tony Newby from right to left with a scoop shot. 4 points here in the quarter for him.
And with Maholchich, you've got to expect him to, with that height, be able to put those things in, but he has not shown it so far in this one.
Satowski lost it on the reach-in. Down the floor to him in time. Jamison there. There's Newby cleaning it up a moment ago, and then watch as he just sidesteps the defender with that Euro step. Pretty gather there from Newby, and now a foul called on the Southerners. Excuse me, foul called on the Chickasaws, rather. Michael Carruthers picking up his third. A little confused about what we were doing down there. Patterson's fourth trip to the free throw line so far here in the ball game, where he is 3 now after making that one for 7. 50% on the afternoon, 4 for 8. Give him 4 for 7. I miscounted that. One more coming up. Got all 3 of them to fall that time. First 3 points for the Southerners here with about 2.5 minutes gone by. Bounce pass for Haynes. Ball goes out of bounds, last touch by the Southerners. Southside can't catch a break there. Good defense by Maholchich against Haynes. But I think you saw right there on that play why Haynes is playing center. Did you see how high he got up on the flat-footed jump?
He climbed that ladder.
Right underneath the basket, no running start, and probably could have dunked it if he wanted to. Little pushing on the inside now as the Chickasaws working around for Peace. 3-point attempt, no good. Feed into Brogdon. Brogdon gathers, and a push from behind on Haynes. Haynes looking at the referee, asking what he did. Number 2 on Haynes. Checking in is going to be Gary Cook. Haynes will take a trip to the Pine to talk to Coach Pierce. Holyfield to inbound it for the Southerners. Bounce pass to Patterson. Patterson in traffic will score. Patterson's versatile, even as small as he is. Say small, he's just one of the smallest players out there on the court, that is.
Yeah, and he's able to get the first shot from the field on the board for the Southerners in the second half.
And Coach Pierce wants to call a timeout as his offense got into a little trouble here on the near sideline, and with a 30-second timeout, we'll just keep it right here with 4:59 to play in the third. Wyville has scored 5 points so far here in the third quarter. Same for the Southerners. All 5 of them for Southside have come from that man right there, Grant Patterson. Knocked in 3 free throws from the charity stripe. And that layup in traffic as well. And Coach McGee is just trying to keep his team in this one right now, Caden.
Yeah, Andy, and we've seen that inbound play a couple of times now where Patterson comes down from the top of the key and just rotates inside as he gets the pass.
See if they can get a stop here and find a few more points here in the third quarter. Numi will cross the timeline. He'll be picked up by Satowski over on the far wing now for Garvin, and now Jamison back with it. Jamison's been kind of quiet here in this quarter. Only 1 point, and now a turnover. 2-on-3 opportunity. Patterson in the paint. Blocking foul called as Peace was shuffling his feet to try to get in front of Patterson. So Grant Patterson headed back to the free throw line. Third foul on Winston Peace. And Patterson can't hit that free throw. As many opportunities as he's getting, he's got to hit those. And there you saw Peace picked his planting foot up there. Second one falls for Patterson. And now you see the Southerners trying to amp it up on defense with a half-court trap. There's a reach-in foul on Brogdon. And Brogdon's telling the referee, hey, double dribble, man. One of the fans kind of yelling that out as well, but the referee not having any of it.
A couple of people unhappy about that call.
Yeah, Coach Brad McGee's one of them. Jamison on the far wing now. Peace in the high post. Numi up high. He's got it now. Carruthers and Garvin in the game for the Chickasaws. All 5 starters out there on the floor for Coach McGee and the Southerners. Holyfield, Patterson, Satowski, Brogdon, and Maholchich.
Maholchich just really locking down the center of the court because all he has to do is just spread those arms out, and it's hard to get around him.
Whistle blown. They're going to get Patterson with a foul. Look out for number 20 here on the ball, and there's the reach in.
Got a little too much on that one.
Lob pass out high for Peace. Looking for the give and go. There's the go. Shot's no good, and Satowski just ripped that one right out of the hands of Garvin. Gather step. Going to dish it out to Brogdon. Brogdon nearly picked up his pivot foot. Maholchich wide open underneath the hoop calling for it, and he got it. Now 4 points in the game for him, and I think Coach McGee wants to see a little more of that. I know I do. Try to make this game a little closer.
I mean, you've got a guy on your team that's that big. You need him to do something. You got to use him.
So one of my friends would say you can't be out there just being big for no reason. And that's kind of what Maholchich is doing. He's just out there being big for no reason.
So far in this game, he's just been out there for looks, like you're saying. I mean, you need him to make an impact, and he has the height. He's got the build to make an impact.
Working it around the perimeter. There's a bounce pass on the baseline, and there you see Maholchich playing defense. Comes up with a turnover. Michael Carruthers trying to squeeze one inside there and just had it smacked right back in his face now with 2 minutes remaining. There's Maholchich. There's the lay-in. Back-to-back buckets for the big man, and that's a 12-point ball game. And a timeout for Coach McGee with 1:57 left to play here in the third quarter. Maholchich with back-to-back buckets. There's one. Got one here as well. We're taking a timeout. We're back after this.
High-speed internet for every grown-up, grandparent, kid, teen, and in between. Ritter's got it. Every JPEG, MPEG, and GIF for the working mom or the working stiff, loaded in a GIF. Whether you're a blogger, gamer, or pixel tamer, don't be a slow-speed blamer. Don't waste your time waiting to load that page. Get Ritter high-speed internet. It's all the rage.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Andy Manison, Caden Brown back here with you at Don Riggs Hurricane Gym and Barry Pruitt Court. Coach Brad McGee and the Southside Southerners trying to find their way back into this one. They're down by 12 with 1:57 left. And because that man right there, Mackenzie Pierce, has got the Chickasaws clicking on all cylinders here. But with that said, the Southerners have outscored the Chickasaws so far here in the third quarter. 5 points for the Chickasaws here in the third. 10 points for the Chickasaws, or for the Southerners rather, here in the third quarter. Full court press coming from the Southerners as the Chickasaws try to move it up the floor. Bounce pass for Haynes, who's back into the game alongside Numi, Peace, Carruthers, Garvin. And there's Jamison. Jamison on the drive. Hard foul by Brogdon, and Brogdon said, "I never left the floor." Gonna pick up his third foul, and he'll have to come take a seat. Oh, and he did leave the floor, without a doubt. Draped all over him.
You know, some of these basketball players, they're pretty good actors.
Yeah, Brogdon couldn't sell that one, and now Jamison's going to shoot some free throws here.
He tried his hardest, though.
Marshall Wyatt checking in for the Southerners. Gary Cook checking in for the Chickasaws. So it's Cook, Garvin, Peace, Jamison, and Numi out there on the floor for Blytheville. Wyatt, Rich, Sitowski, Maholchich, and Patterson are the 5 out there for Coach McGee and Southside. Trailing by 12 as Jamison couldn't hit either of his free throw attempts. Here's Patterson on the drive. Ran right into the defender, and Jamison picks up a foul. Jamison was trying to shuffle in front of him, and had his feet moving without a doubt. Just the second team foul on, that's the sixth team foul rather, on the Chickasaws here in the third quarter. Lob pass into Maholchich. Wide open look for Kobe Rich. Rich squared up and ready to shoot that one. Big spark from the bench by Kobe Rich.
And that's something they definitely needed right now.
Chun ahead to Peace. Peace with a hop step in the paint. Has it blocked. Blytheville recovers. Here's Chun. Another bounce pass on the baseline. Now Peace with it. He'll go baseline once more. He'll go to the free throw line. Foul called on Maholchich. Second team foul on Maholchich there.
And Andy, they've been going to the paint a lot here in this third quarter and not paying off for them so far.
Yeah, hit the first free throw, and he hits the second as well. You'll have to count those X's and O's here in just a few minutes, because you're right, they've only taken one shot from outside of the lane here. Just have been attacking the paint relentlessly, which we've talked about should be the strongest point defensively for the Southerners. Southside's going, or excuse me, Batesville rather is going right at them though on offense. Tony Numi picking up the personal foul there. Seventh team foul on the Chicks will put Sitowski rather, at the free throw line for a 1-and-1, and he can't hit the front end of it. Gotta take advantage of as many of those opportunities as you can here, trailing by 11. Chickasaw split the full court press. Numi in the paint, dish off down low, and Chun will score. First points for Corey Chun. Now 10 seconds left. The Southerners will hold for the final shot of the third quarter, trailing by 13. Sitowski calls for a screen. He's got one. Now he drives, has his pocket picked by Garvin. Garvin, with 2 seconds left, just fires one into the stands there behind the basketball goal. Unbelievable as we head to the fourth quarter. 40-27 is your score. Blytheville still on top. They've been on top since the beginning of the first. See if they can hold it here into the fourth. We're back with more action after this on Tubetown. Andy Maness and Caden Brown back here with you at Don Riggs Hurricane Gym to start the fourth quarter between Blytheville and Southside. Southside tried to get Tom Maholchich going there in the third quarter. He was able to score 4 points, but couldn't get him any more looks as the Chickasaws defense again holding pretty strong. But with that said, the Southerners held Blytheville to only 7 points there in that third quarter. 9 points there in that third quarter. Southerners start out the fourth with possession. Patterson, Satowski, Marshall Wyatt, Tom Milicic out there alongside Kobe Rich. Some Southerner fans are yelling here, and they are very animated here in the stands. They wanted a foul on the Chickasaws and didn't get one, but instead they got a traveling foul called on them. I think I even heard some profanity from one of these fans in our vicinity, so apologies if anyone heard that. How about Winston Peace down here snowbirding underneath the basket? Long pass finds him, but his teammate can't find the shot on the assist, and Southside gets another look at it. Into Maholchich. Turn around and put it up, big man. 8 points now in the ball game for him. One more possession could bring it back to a single-digit ball game.
And Southside slowly but surely trying to climb back into this one.
Trying to get a rebound here, and they do. Satowski pushes it ahead, 3-on-3 now. Satowski guarded by Numi, gets it into Maholchich. No, Peace comes away with the steal. They push it ahead to Garvin. Garvin, 2-on-2, and a foul on Patterson. And Southside cannot catch a break. Just take a look at the Garvin shot attempt, and then there's the big-time hack by Patterson. He did everything he could do to make sure that Garvin was not going to hit that layup. Missed the front end of it. Shows some frustration. Gary Cook checking into the game, as is Corey Chun, as Jameson and Carruthers come to have a seat.
And Andy, the Chickasaws have gone to the paint for a shot 14 times since halftime and have not made only but 3.
Not a very good percentage, but they're still holding on to the lead by 11. Couldn't hit either of those free throws, so the lead stays at 11. Southside with a chance to, again, bring it back down into a single-digit deficit. 6:24 and counting remaining here in the fourth quarter. Step back jumper from Patterson. Not enough on it. Wyatt going for the rebound. Can't get it. Numi dribbled out of that one. Gets it ahead to Peace. Peace now wide open behind the three-point line. He's going to step up and, thought he was going to knock that one down. Wyatt comes up with the rebound. Gets it to Patterson, and now the Southerners will bring it back up the floor. Under 5 left to play. Door is closing on the Southerners, but there's still plenty of time left for them to make a run. Nice dish off down low for Maholchich, and he'll go to the free throw line as well. Patterson with a great assist. Maholchich now into double digits. Chance to give himself 11 on the ball game. Take a look at the dish off. And then there's the hack by Damarian Garvin. So now just a 9-point ball game. Maholchich with a chance to make it an 8-point ball game. He'll get the friendly roll. .541. Chickasaws going to be met by a full court press defense. In fact, Southerners look like they might be trying to trap here. Carruthers with an up and under, can't finish. Great take, just couldn't get it to fall. Now 2-on-4, Satowski with a block. He'll go to the free throw line Numi thought he had himself a charge. Satowski did kind of lower the shoulder into him as well.
He took it to him for sure.
Could have went either way. Third foul on Numi. Satowski can't hit his free throw. Second one he's missed. Take another look at the replay, and you be the judge here. Numi looked like he was still kind of shuffling, but again, that one could have went either way. Satowski hits his second free throw. 3 points here in the ball game for him. Now it's an 8-point deficit for the Southerners. Still got 5:22 left to play. Garvin, Numi, Carruthers, Jamison, and Peace out on the floor for the Blytheville Chickasaws. Trying to get it into the front court. The Southerners force a turnover. 3-on-2. Here's Rich in the corner. Gets it out to Wyatt. Now to Holyfield in the corner. He's going to work back to the top of the key and get it to Patterson. Rich, Holyfield, Wyatt, Patterson, and Maholchich in the game for the Southerners. Patterson picked up by Peace, goes around him, lost the handle on it, and he'll get called for traveling. If he had held on to the ball, watch, he loses it right there on the gather and ran right into Garvin. If he had held on to it, I'd like to think he might have picked up a block there. Garvin still had his feet shuffling. Patterson lucky, though, that wasn't a charge, or he would have picked up number 4. A full timeout with 4:47 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Your score is 40-33. Blytheville leading Southside. We're back with more after this on Tubetown. Andy Madison, Caden Brown back here with you at Don Riggs Hurricane Gym. Fourth quarter action between Blytheville and Southside. It's gone from a big lead for Blytheville to just a 7-point ball game. It was a 13-point ball game after the third, and now Southside just slowly chipping away. Caden, you and I were talking during the break, and you mentioned that the Chickasaws have only hit 3 shots from the floor since they came out of the locker room. So kind of making a living at the free throw line. But with that said, they've only hit 3 free throws in the second half as well. They split the full court press, hop step in the paint, and now they kick it back out to Carruthers and try to set up an offense here. Numi now to Jamison.
And maybe you can credit their poor shooting in the second half to maybe they are feeling tired after running that full court press for a majority of the first half.
You did mention that earlier in the game. Can they sustain this flat-out, pedal-to-the-metal pace? And now a handful of turnovers have made it a 7-point ball game, and there's another one right there as Maholchich just steals it away. Patterson to bring it across the timeline will be picked up immediately by Carruthers. Standing at center circle with 3:50 left to play in the ball game. Rich is down here running the baseline trying to get open. Holyfield's going to get called for traveling.
And that one looked like a busted play. He didn't really know what to do with that, so he just tried to make something out of nothing.
Yeah, costly turnover there for the Southerners as they're down by 7. The door's still closing on them, but they do have time. Numi with some fancy moves, gets in the step. Might have got away with a travel there, but he puts one off the glass. Now he's got 6 points in the ball game.
Finally breaking the drought that they were in.
Yeah, they hadn't scored one the entire fourth quarter until then. Held silent for almost 5 minutes, and a big-time block there from the Chickasaws sends a Southerner to the deck. Take another look at the replay as Peace goes way up. Says Peace to that shot.
Emphatic on that one.
Patterson does go to the free throw line as Peace picks up his 4th personal foul. 3:12 left. These are some crucial free throws here for Patterson. Patterson is 7 for 11 from the free throw line. Trying to make it 8 for 12. And he does. Back to an 8-point ball game. Excuse me, a 7-point ball game, rather. They split the press. Good defense there from Rich. Jumped in the passing lane and poked it out of bounds.
And the Southerners have been playing some pretty great defense here in the second half. They're doing everything they can to stay in this one.
They have held Blytheville scoreless for a big chunk of this 4th quarter.
But if they're going to do something, they've got to do it now.
Yeah, door is continuing to close. 2:50 left to play in the 4th. Jamison trying to drive around Patterson. Now they'll back up. Got to force a turnover. Now they're coming out to try to trap. There's Numi on a drive. Little dish off and a score from Michael Carruthers. Now 7 points in the game for him. Oh, Rich trying to feed that one into Maholchich. A bit of a miscommunication. Now a full court pass. Oh. And Patterson can't believe it. He thought one of the Chickasaws was the last to touch it. And an emphatic decision from our... Oh, oh, I don't know about that. There's the touch by Patterson. There's the touch by Carruthers. Couldn't tell if Patterson touched it again. Peace will go to the free throw line. Fouled by, I think, maybe Alex Brogdon. Brogdon careful. He didn't get a technical foul there. Foul's called on Marshall Wyatt. Pieces and one is good. And do they call a lane violation? I think they did. Called a lane violation on the Chickasaws, so. Oh, and here's the turnover. Peace going one-on-one now with Satowski. Leaves it off behind him for Carruthers. Great awareness there. 13-point lead now. Under a minute 45 left to play.
Chickasaws finally trying to get that lid off the bucket.
Pass into Maholchich. Maholchich scores. Could have been doing that the whole game. And Southside's going to call a timeout, so we will take one with them. With a $1:33 left to play in the 4th quarter, your score's 48-37. Blytheville leading Southside here in our coverage of the Barry Pruitt Hurricane Classic on Tubetown.
Introducing Ritter Home Security. Ritter takes care of protecting what's most important to you, from threats like unwelcome visitors and fire, to making your life easier by putting the control of your home at your fingertips. Use the free app to shut the garage, lock the door, turn off lights, arm the system, and more. You can even turn back the thermostat to help save money on your energy bill. Plus, get a snapshot when your kids get home. It's smart, beautiful, convenient, and ready for your busy life. Ritter Home Security.
4th quarter action here between Blytheville and Southside. Right now, Blytheville with a pretty hefty lead by 13 points. Excuse me, make that 11 points over the Southerners. Southside looks like they just ran out of juice and ran out of time.
For a second, it looked like they were going to get their way back into this game. What was it, a
7-point lead?
They had it down to a 7-point lead. And then the Chickasaws finally woke back up. and this one's all but over.
Numi into the front court. Over for Jamison, now to Peace. Numi with a lob over the taller Brogdon, and a long rebound goes to the Chickasaws. And I think we're going to get a foul on Satowski on the floor. Actually, that ought to put a Chickasaw at the free throw line. Second foul on Satowski, and it will be a 1-and-1 attempt for Michael Carruthers.
I believe that's Brogdon and the ref are having a chit-chat down there.
Brogdon's been a little
chippy.
Yeah, a little chippy, a little argumentative the entire game. You did see him frustrated a few minutes ago, slammed the ball down the court. Lucky he didn't get called for a technical. Satowski with a deep three-point attempt off the mark. Rich trying to come up with a rebound. Misses it, and a foul called on the Southerners.
Some of these players may be showing a little bit too much emotion here at the end of this one.
Yeah, Marshall Wyatt picking up his third personal foul since Carruthers back to the free throw line. Missed his first attempt just a second ago. He'll hit the front end of this one, though.
You know, and you hate to see it for these guys because they did try their hardest and fight back into this one, and it's looking like it's slowly slipping out of their grasp. And I can understand where that's frustrating, but you gotta keep a level head, and you can't show yourself late in this one.
Yeah, and obviously still early in the season. Got a lot of basketball left to play here in the year. So losing this one will not be the end of it. Foul on the Chickasaws will send Patterson to the free throw line. 51 seconds remaining here in this one. Take another look at the replay. Patterson just pulls up, fouled by Corey Chung.
Wasn't a smart shot, but I guess it paid off for him.
Yeah, he will go back to the charity stripe. 8 for 12 from the free throw line is Grant Patterson, trying to get some of this perspiration wiped up here at the end of the game. Again, 2 more games coming up this afternoon. Springdale Harbor and Pine Bluff in the championship game. North Little Rock taking on the home team, the Jonesboro Golden Hurricane. Patterson hits his first free throw. Second one falls for Patterson. Numi inbounds, and Patterson picks up a quick foul. That'll be number 4, I believe, on Patterson, so he's got one more left to give. But that puts Numi at the free throw line. He hasn't been there tonight. He's got 6 points here in the ball game. If this one stays within the range of, anywhere from 8 to 11 points, we could be having a lot of fouls over the next few minutes. Try to extend this game, especially if the Chickasaws don't hit theirs.
It's just one of those scenarios where a team doesn't really want to accept what they've got right now and maybe possibly fight back into this one. But, I mean, you can't really see that happening with, less than a minute left in this one.
Yeah, Chickasaws are 6 for 13 from the free throw line on the afternoon. We are going to go ahead and take a quick timeout with them. 49 seconds remain here in the fourth quarter of this one. We're back with more right after this.
The holidays are about staying in touch with family, friends, the holiday spirit. Ritter Communications keeps you in touch with fast, reliable internet to power holiday fun on all your family's devices. Connect with newly launched speeds up to 100 meg, backed by friendly local service. This holiday season, stay in touch with a broadband upgrade from Ritter Communications. always right by you.
Andy Manis and Caden Brown, welcome you back to John Riggs Hurricane Gym for the fourth quarter between Blytheville and Southside. 50-39 is your score with 49 seconds left. Tony Newmy at the free throw line. Missed his first one. Second one will fall for him. 7 points in the game for him. Lead goes back up to 12. Brogdon, three-point attempt. Off the mark. Maholchich, offensive rebound, putback falls. And I think we had a quick timeout called there by the Southerners. And it is a full timeout, so we'll go ahead and step back aside for another word from our sponsors. 10-point ball game here at Don Riggs Hurricane Gym, 51-41 in the fourth quarter.
Come out and see the largest lighting display in the Mid-South at Lights of the Delta. Over 6 million lights and 48 major motion displays span a 40-acre drive-through site. Lights of the Delta is open Sunday through Thursday from 5:30 until 9 p.m. and 5:30 until 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays through December 27th. For more information, visit our website, lightsofthedelta.com. Don't miss Lights of the Delta through December 27th.
Welcome back to Don Riggs Hurricane Gym. 36 seconds remaining between Blytheville and Southside in a 10-point ball game. Southside just called, I believe, what was their final timeout. And they're going to quickly foul Tony Newmy. Try to force the Chickasaws to finish this game out at the free throw line. They are 7 for 17 from the charity stripe this afternoon.
Not a great percentage.
No, not at all. Got that one to fall.
Had a lot of those free throw attempts come in the third quarter where they kept on taking it to the paint but could not get it to fall.
And you wonder if that might have been their game plan, was just to try to attack and go to the free throw line, as Newmy hits both of those. Satowski sprinting to the elbow. Top of the key, inside the three-point line for Patterson, and Patterson knocks it down.
That was a pretty shot.
It was. He's got a nice-looking jumper, just hasn't got enough clean looks at it today. And there Brogdon picks up, I believe, his fourth.
Foul charge to 32, Alex Brogdon, his fifth.
Oh, that'll be number 5 on Brogdon, so he'll have to take a seat. And I believe Trey Jamison will come to the free throw line and shoot a couple here, as we're now into double bonus. So Jamison is off the mark. He's 1 for 5 from the free throw line here. But he's got 14 points here in the ball game. So again, you go back to that second quarter he had, and it was a spectacular one. 11 points for him. 11 points for him in that quarter. And now 14 for the game. Three-point attempt on the way, no good. And with 5 seconds left, the Chickasaws have won this one by 10. 53-43, the final score. Coach Mackenzie Pierce ending his weekend on a bright note, as do the Blytheville Chickasaws. And again, still 2 games left to play here on our schedule this afternoon. Coming up next is going to be Pine Bluff and Springdale Harbor. And, of course, the championship game a little bit later on today between North Little Rock and Jonesboro. But, again, the final here between Blytheville and Southside, 53-43. That'll wrap it up for this game. Andy Manis and Caden Brown signing off. We'll be back here in about 15 minutes, again, with Springdale Harbor and Pine Bluff here on Tubetown.
KMA Sports preseason basketball show. I am Ryan Fletcher. Along next to me is the Dr. Garrett Weaver, and we have two very special guests with us today in Dustin Osmond and Chip Lane. Guys, I want to welcome you to the show. All right, we want to remind everybody that this show would not be possible without it being presented by our very loyal sponsors, specifically Jonesboro Auto Auction, Elite Eye Care, and Wagner Family Medical Clinic. Without them, this show and our other sponsors, this show would not be possible. On today's show, we will have multiple team previews that include predictions as well for the upcoming basketball season. We're going to talk about multiple teams here in the Northeast Arkansas area, along with different previews, predictions, and what we may have for the upcoming season. So we're looking forward to the show today, first one ever, and hopefully not the very last. All right, Dr. Weaver, you kicking us off with the team previews, and you had the EPC Warriors. What can you tell us about what they bring to the table this season?
Well, I spoke with a couple coaches over the last few days, and they spoke fairly highly of EPC. You know, they lost a couple of really good players in Xavier Reed and Jasavian Brown. Both were big-time players and probably 75-80% of their offense. But they returned a couple of guys, and Isaiah Taylor, who's a good forward, plays a great inside-out game. And Jace Whitfield, who's a tall, lanky guard that can really kind of play.
A tremendous athlete.
Yes. And so they have a couple of guys back that'll really help bolster that offense. They like to play a fast pace, like I said, a great inside-out game. I look for them to be kind of probably a middle-of-the-pack kind of team in that 2A conference. It's a very difficult conference, a lot of tough schedule with Earl and Marjorie.
All right, Dustin Osmond, welcome to the show, former assistant for the Bay Yellow Jackets, and of course I felt it necessary for you to be the guy that would talk about Brad Brandon and his bunch this season. What do you got for us?
So Bay, obviously, they lost a lot. Coming into the season, they only have one return senior, Kyle McAdams. This year they're looking to get some healthy leadership from Dax Gibson at point guard. Also returning Slade Grove, 6'7" post player. He's a big force in the middle. Talked to Coach Brandon a few days ago about him, and he's practicing a lot better, practicing a lot harder and stuff. Hopefully he can take that into the game, because that's going to be the X factor at the end of the season. They got a shooter in Lane Austin and Zach Hampton. Those are two guards looking to get them going earlier in the season. At the end of the season, I would not want to play Bay, though. I'll go ahead and say that.
Coach Brandon will have those guys ready.
Yep, definitely.
So Chip Lane, welcome to the show. The Armorel Tigers obviously will be battling against the Bay Yellow Jackets. They return with a good shot to win that district.
I think so. They've got Monroe Carr, who probably is the best player in that conference, I would say, coming back. And Matt White, Coach Burnside done a good job with those guys last year. They did beat Bay once. I think their goals are probably to win the conference and probably be a state tournament type team in 1A.
Well, we've talked a little bit about some of the boys and some of the lower classifications, but we got to get to the JHS girls, who have a significant chance to go make a deep run in the state tournament this year. Dustin Osmond.
So JHS, they have 4 D1 players on their roster this year. Headed it off with a Destiny Salary, who can do it all. She's about a 6-foot guard that's got multiple offers already. And then we got Kayla Mitchell, who's returning at point guard. She's the heart and soul of the team. She's led the team 2 years ago in their state title run. And then you got 2 girls that are coming back off ACL surgeries. Lana Eaton, who has got 20-plus offers right now. She's left-handed, 6'1" guard who can shoot the crap out of it. And then you got a transfer in Sonny Martin from Green County Tech, who will be a big-time player in that conference.
We totally expect them to, as I said earlier, make a deep run. With that being said, we're going to go now with Coach Wes Swift and a group of his boys on the campus of Jonesboro High School.
Oh, I'm Ryan Fletcher with NEA Sports, the magazine, and here on the NEA Sports Show, we're here with Coach Wes Swift and Jonesboro Hurricane Desi Seals. Coach, if you would, just kind of talk to us a little bit about the upcoming season, coming in as reigning state champions.
Obviously, it's a pretty good spot to be in because we had a successful season last year, but at the same time, we understand it kind of puts that bullseye, kind of coach's cliche bullseye on our backs, even more than maybe what normally is, and our guys have to be prepared for that. And again, another coach's cliche, but we'll get everybody's best shot. And we have to meet that challenge.
If you would, just kind of talk a little bit about your personnel and the players that you got coming back and who will see significant minutes this season.
Absolutely. Well, the guy to your left is going to be a big part of us in Desi, and his running mate Tony Hudson was huge for us last year as a kind of a sixth man, but was every bit good enough to be a starter. In fact, he led us in scoring in the state championship game. So those two from the guard positions will have to lead us, and then inside, we're looking at Kyle Moore, who played significant minutes last year as a sophomore, and has come back and really changed his body, and he looks to be much more aggressive this year. We had a move in from Forest City, Blayton Williams, and Blake's got a chance to be a starter for us on the perimeter. So those kind of the four that's got to lead us this year. J.G. Stafford's another name that I can't leave out. J.G.'s fixing to come over from football, and he's played significant minutes. So that five's got to lead everybody else.
Desi, I'm a huge Razorback fan, so I just kind of want you to talk about, you're about to sign and you've committed, you're going to sign soon and play for the Hogs. Talk about that and the excitement surrounding that.
Well, on November 8th, the Wednesday, I'll be signing here in the lobby at 1:45, and I'm very happy because I got an opportunity, got a free scholarship to play, and that's very honored.
And until then, I know you guys are going to try and win it all again. Just talk about playing for this Jonesboro Hurricane team.
Playing for Jonesboro is like really hard, but not really, but it's like you pushing you hard to the next level because he preparing you for the next level. He ain't never going to be easy on you because you don't never want that. You always want to be hard on you because he's preparing you for a college level. So therefore, I'm really happy to play for Jonesboro. And not only we got other players really looking forward to try to win state this year.
Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you both. We're going to send a commercial break and be back after these messages.
Okay, so before you say anything else, the reason I asked you here tonight is, Allison, will you marry me?
Stephen, I'm over here.
Don't let your old prescription ruin the moment. Let Elite Eye Care help you see clearly with new glasses or contacts. Elite Eye Care, bringing your vision to the next level. For more information, go to KAIT8.com and click on Health Connections.
No, I won't no more. I always thought that there'd be more than just wishing life away. Like I could always figure it out and never have to bound it was in front of me. Dream, no.
It happens every Friday night.